Welcome to the 2021 edition of the Knox County Fair from beautiful Mount Vernon, Ohio. We are on the shores of Lake Hiawatha. We'll have the story of that later. I'm Tom Pye, the harness guy, along with my co-host, Jay Wolf.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, it's good. Always good having expertise. This is the 172nd edition of the Knox County Fair. Started in 1849. We have a great field. We have 10 races tonight, and pacing colts and geldings, and trotting colts and geldings. And also we have the addition of these are all home talent colt stakes. Later on in the
We have both sexes in the freshman pace. We have two divisions of the 3-year-old colt trot, and we have two divisions of the 3-year-old filly pace.
Yes, we also have later on, we have the open trot, which is the Red Shaw Memorial. And races here at Knox County Fair, our sponsors, our racing sponsors, harness racing sponsors, are the Home Talent Colt Stakes, the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, the 2021 Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association Feature H Grant, Brenda Shaw Leisure, Park National Bank, Blooded Horse Sales Company, Smith Hissler Meats, Jim Shipley Memorial, the Utica Feed and Hardway, Cool Wind Farms, and Spearman Financial Service. Thank you for being our sponsors. We are ready to go to our little bit of county fair history, and we'll be back.
The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing is brought to you by Big D's Tack and Bet Supply, Cool Winds Farm, Midland Acres, the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center, and thestable.ca. Now let's go trackside for all the action.
The Knox County Fairgrounds in Mount Vernon, Ohio has been a popular place since 1895. The grounds were originally home to an amusement resort known as Lake Hiawatha Park. Guests would arrive at the front gates on a state-of-the-art electric trolley. The lake retreat was complete with a billiard and dance hall, theaters, restaurants, and a zoo. By the mid-20th century, the park fell out of fashion. The land would become home to the Knox County Fair. The fair dates back further than its establishment at Lake Hiawatha Park. Local township farmer clubs held gatherings as early as the 1840s. Those clubs would soon form the Knox County Agricultural Society and host the first county-wide fair. For several years, the fair moved from location to location. Grains, fruit, and livestock were exhibited for a single day at the town courthouse, in churches, or even the jailhouse property. The fair would outgrow all of these spaces and demand a permanent place to call home. In 1894, the fair made its move to Lake Hiawatha Park. One of the biggest advantages of the park was its racetrack. Automobile and horse racing were popular during this time. The county fair took advantage, hosting pacers and trotters annually. For 2021, the Knox County Fair holds 2 days of live action racing as a member of the Home Talent Colt Stakes.
History, tradition, For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them.
Welcome back to the 2021 opening day of racing action here at the Knox County Fair. There will be racing tonight, obviously, and then we'll come back Monday for a 9-race card starting at 12 noon. So if you can't make it out tonight, we invite you to come out Monday afternoon at noon.
The matinee.
Marysville will race at 11:30, I believe, and we'll be on at noon. So
Here is Ashley Daly did another fantastic job of bringing up the county fair history. And Steve, she mentioned Hiawatha Lake Park.
that is correct.
And you Googled it.
Well, I did Google Earth and I saw the lake. I always knew the lake was in the infield, but they actually had a name attached to it. It said Lake Hiawatha, and I'm like, must have been pretty important to name it on Google Earth.
Yeah.
So,
She went on, actually went on how it was a Hiawatha Lake Park it was, and they had all the fairs. This is a really scenic fairs. Situate you down, would you call it, in southern Ohio, a hollow. It's in the bottom of the hollow, but it is very beautiful barns, and it's just everything's planned out well. It's been here since 1890s, so. The first race for the Home Talent Colt Stakes, Jay Wolf, is a 2-year-old Colts and Gelding pace, going for a purse of $11,264. This is the first division. They go for $5,682. Nice little chunk of change for a county fair. We have 7 2-year-olds in it. They score 6 wide. Number 7 starts from the second tier. Mr. Wolf, will you make the announcement about that?
well, normally we say our picks are for entertainment purposes only.
Yes.
Well, that is true today. Because the officials here at Knox County Fair have decided not to allow pari-mutuel wagering, and they have replaced the pari-mutuel wagering building with a trackside pub. So
Ooh.
so if our picks get really bad, we can go over there and drown our sorrows. So, but if you would love to follow along at home, the programs are available on the OHHA webpage. If you go to the middle of the homepage, there will be a link called Fairs and Programs. So if you click on that, you can simply click on the Knox County Fair, and you will get to see the past performance pages free of charge.
And you can follow along with us and disagree to disagree. And that's, I always say, what are they talking about? But one of the good things early in the year is there's only like 3 starts with most of so you can really get out of, read the program. When they got them 12 starts, it's like going and opening up the hood of an automobile with all the computers and all that. You get too confusing. But this is the early we have already. The Mountain has qualified at Northfield in 158 and 2. It was in the Next Generation, paced at Scioto 55 and 4. And that's about. You got a couple in there that's been in 59. Well, there's another EA. Buttermilk Bill is first qualifier at Northfield.
Bring your horses on the track for the
59
first.
and 1.
Bring your horses on the
Last
track
quarter
for the
in
first.
28 and 2.
Keep 'em on the backside.
So if you go on, again, as Jay said, click on your free program, and you can follow along with us. We want to say hello to all our friends from all over the world, and late night in Ireland.
Early in Alaska.
Early in Alaska.
We normally have a fan from Alaska.
We got a couple up there. And it says, want to say hello to Klondike. But there's another one in Fairbanks. And then we have our friends up in Mont du Canada. Bonjour. Sacramento, you never know. I speak the language. Every time I do a French accent, I remember that scene from Good Morning Vietnam. And when the hello Frenchie, hello, like this, and they say, you cannot tell a joke. I know I'm funny deep inside. But
Tom mentioned earlier that the racetrack does sit in a little bowl here, so it's surrounded by mountains or not mountains, but hills, and we are in a valley. But it's nice to see the fans back. A lot of fans have brought their own lawn chairs, and they're in little groups like families. So it looks like a nice gathering there in the second turn. So.
it's over in the by the it's just great to see him lining the fence like that, and of course they're sitting outside the barn. The grandstands get filled up. You got
It's a beautiful night. It's probably in the low 80s, but the sun has gone behind the clouds, and the breeze looks like it's coming from the south. So definitely a beautiful night for racing.
going to see some good miles. Track looks in great shape. Our announcer is Chris Patterson, and I hadn't seen Chris since last year.
I haven't heard him on any calls this year. So.
No, he's, we got Roger and
Mr.
Doug
Ratliff,
Ballinger and
Ballinger.
Ayers Ratliff.
I even heard Brian Georges. Was he doing Lebanon, the old Lebanon Raceway, the Warren County Fair?
Yeah, they had that little platform truck that they shake and bake.
It's just weird seeing Lebanon Raceway without a huge grandstand.
They had the little our stands there last year were there, and this year they didn't bother to put them up. So it's the Lebanon. People talk about Lebanon. I heard about it 30, 40 years ago, and they loved it. It's just a small track, but it's great fun. Incidentally, of great fun, I was at Bucyrus, and I just went in the grandstand. It was off day for me. I didn't have to really do anything official, so I sat around, mingled with the crowd, and
The driver, Alex Hawk. Hawk steers the 1. Number 2, the Mountain. That driver, Steve Schoeffel from Pennsylvania.
And I happened to sit, family in back me, either the husband, wife, mother-in-law, and she says, I'm going to go up and bet that. I says, did you bet a $20 Quinella? Because I didn't think they bet like that out the fair. So, oh, yeah, he says, and then he starts handicapping. I says, those are good picks. And he jumped up, he said, I better put another 20 on. Well, at the end of that, I says, well, you can box the exactor. He says, block the exactor. I says, no, box, like a box. I says, at the end of the night, with my picks, he wanted to box my ears, I think. But he did say he hit the last race, and he said, man, is this fun. And it is. It was just like just sit down with a group of friends, betting. Somebody was having a cold energy drink. And but what a great time! And it's again there on Wednesday
Okay, the
night.
last one's going to be stepping onto the track.
We had
But you're all over the track.
a couple years ago during Jug
Get 'em
Day. We had some
together,
friends in town,
line
and
'em up,
they asked who I liked in a
and
race.
the judges do
I'm making up
request
numbers
that you
now, but it was I said
trade
like
in
I
order,
like a
please.
1-4-5 trifecta box,
We got
and
a
it paid
super
$40. And they looked at me and said, "It only paid $40."
Judge
And I said, "Well, that's the last pick you get from me."
Well, you're right.
Billy Creighton
A little
from
ungrateful,
Columbus.
but, if you have
Roy
your programs
DeVault
at home, we
from
do have a
Parma.
couple of changes here in
Gabby
the first
Russ, our
race.
clerk
Alex
from
Hawk
Charter
will drive
from
number
Mount
1,
Gilead.
Jim on the rocks.
Beckstead
And
in the
Steve
starting
Schoeffel
gate for Mike
from
Wackenberg.
Pennsylvania is coming over to drive number 2, the Mountain. So your changes in the first: Alex Hawk on the 1, Steve Schoeffel on the 2.
Now, a little insider's information. Of course, we don't have any betting here, pari-mutuels, but as far as handicapping and trying to pick the winner, our co-host up at Carroll County Fair was Don Tiger, and he said he knows Schoeffel. He's a good driver, very
Here are
good
the
fair
horses
driver.
for this evening's first Division home talent for
There they
2-year-old
come.
Colt
We'll head to
Pacers.
Chris Patterson for the post parade.
$5,682. Trophy by the Blooded Horse Sales. 1 is Jim on the Rocks. Herman Hagerman of Millersburg, Charles Reeve of Broadview Heights. Hagemer trains the driver, Alex Hawk. To the Mountain, Hart of Indiana, Maine. Mondello of Delaware, Corey Dayerman of Dorset. Dayerman trains the pilot, Steve Schoeffel. 3 is Seaside Art. Here's to us stable, Millersport High, Ronnie Steck, the trainer, the pilot, Mickey Holiday. 4 is EA Buttermilk Bill, Ryan Smith, Denison, Ohio, trained and trained by Vernon Beachy. Number 5, Leroy Skipping School, Claudia Vaughn Walden of Virginia, trained and trained by Dave Swaney. Number 6 is Meadowland Dobson, Don Hoovler of Pataska and Jerry Summers of Pickerton. Metters trains her. Chris Presley gets the call. And number 7, Little Dude, Melvin Byler, Salesville, Ohio. Byler trains Brady Clemens in the sulky.
So the Schoeffel with the Mountain, that's raced at the Buckeye Sound Series and in the slop up at Northfield, cut the mile as the favorite, and at the 3/4 it packed it in. He still come the last quarter 30-2, but he mile 59-3, mile went 57-4.
Got a little leg weary in the lane.
Very leg weary. Of course, there's always EA Buttermilk Bill coming out of the woodwork. This is his first race start. He qualified in 59-1. Last quarter, 28-2. Very impressive. Last half in 57-4. You know, I'm going to have to go with as a choice, I'm going to have to go with EA Buttermilk Bill. And just because that's an excellent qualifier, and I'm not going to pick anybody for second or third because I can't, and I never will be. I always could pick a winner, but I can't connect the trifecta or the exactas.
We'll take a quick look here at all 7 in this race. Number 1 is Jim on the Rocks. Will be driven by Alex Hawk. Hergen Hagermeyer is the co-owner and trainer with Charles Reeve of Broadview Heights, Ohio. It's one and only start of the season, so this 2-year-old gelded Pet Rock is undefeated with a 2:06 win at Carrollton its last start. Number 2 is The Mountain with Steve Schoeffel. Corey Dairyman is training and co-owning with Robert Mondillo and William Hart. This horse was in the Next Generation and was 7th, beaten 15 lengths, but was individually timed in 55-4. Number 3 is Seaside Art, Ron Steck for Here's
for this evening's first.
Won his first start at Paulding in 2:09 and has finished 4th and 6th in its last 2. We're going to head up.
I'm going to go with the 1, Jim on the Rocks, a winner at Carrollton. The 2, Mountain for second. Meadowland Bobbins for third. 1, 2, 6 in the first. Here they come. Did it for so long. Up and pacing, Jim on the Rocks, and Hawk fires for the lead. Meadowland Dobson up on the outside with Presley. Getting away third, The Mountain. Racing fourth, Seaside Art and Holiday. EA Buttermilk Bill, The Little Dude, and Leroy Skipping School. Down the back lane they go. Jim on the Rocks. The Pet Rock Colt and Hawk on top by a length and a quarter. Meadowland Dobbins and Presley under a big hold second. They're by the opening panel in 29-3. The Mountain tucked in third. Seaside Art and Mickey racing fourth. Now from the back, Little Dude and Clemens coming on. In at the rail. Easy A Buttermilk Bill and Leroy Skipping School. Down the lane for the first time. Jim on the Rocks. The Mountain and Schoeffel with a brush and a rush to the front end. They're by the half in 1 minute flat. Jim on the Rocks second. Now here comes Meadowland Dobson up on the outside. Jim on the Rocks has broken stride. Hawk lost him. So we're down to 2 as they roll down the backside. On top, The Mountain shows the way with Schoeffel. Meadowland Bobson still second. Racing third, Seaside Art, EA Buttermilk. They're by the 3/4 in 130 flat. The Mountain, the one to catch. Meadowland Dobson and Presley angles to the outside second. Seaside Arts third. Head down the stretch they come. The Mountain still there. Meadowland Dobson is second. Coming to the wire. He's home free. The Mountain, Steve Schoeffel.
Insider's tip from Don Tiger. 264. Incidentally, the Mountain was a Ohio Select sale purchase, $57,000.
6, 4, 264 unofficial. 29 and 3. 1 minute. 130. 2 minutes. 4/5.
So the time of the mile was 2 minutes and 4/5. The last half in 1 minute and 4/5. The Mountain gets his initial win of the season.
The third start by Fear the Dragon out of an out major mare. Good mile, 2 minutes and 4/5. Still for his third lifetime start.
Meadowlands Dobbin looked like it could be a factor going into the last turn, but when Chris Presley pulled it to the outside, it just didn't seem interested in going by. So
Yeah.
Chris put it back into
It's official. 2.
into the back behind the
6.
leader and was able to hold
4.
on for second. The first time starter,
minutes.
EA Buttermilk Bill,
4/5.
was third.
Back to the winner's circle. Winner of the first division. Home talent stake for 2-year-old colt pacers. Trophy by the Blooded Horse Sale. William Hart of Carmel, Maine. Robert Mondello of Delaware. Corey Day Ehrman of Dorset. Corey Day Ehrman trains. Steve Schoeffel in the sulky. Number 2, The Mountain. He's a 2-year-old bay colt by Fear the Dragon out of Eagle Yankee. First of the season, 2 minutes, 4/5. And his sire, Fear the Dragon, stands at Midland Acres in Fayette County, Blumenberg, Ohio. Watch out.
We hear
This
that
summer,
Jeff
for
Nysonger
Fear
is the king of the
the
Ohio Fair, so
Dragon.
Steve Schoeffel, I heard, is the king of the
It's
Pennsylvania
official.
Fair. So
Jim on
We'll
the
have to have a
rocks.
battle
We'll
of the
have to-
kings.
The Mountain, the winner. Seaside
I said, at
Art,
what point,
4.
though, does Ronnie Gillespie get
EA
his name in there
Buttermilk,
for the king of the
3.
Ohio Fairs? So
Leroy Skipping School, 7. Meadowland Dobson, 2. 7 Little Dude, 5. 29 and 3. 1 minute, 130. 2 minutes, 4/5. 6-1-4. 3-7. 2. 5 on the bottom. 2 minutes, 4/5. Ready for the second. Bring them on the track. Number 2, Katie Ann. The driver, Marion Chump. 6, Frisky Dragon. Wyatt Irvine.
And with that fine mile for the first style, first mile here at the year at Knox County, we are coming up to the 2-year-old pacing fillies. This is the first division of 3. And we will soon be back after a few messages from our sponsors.
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm with 500 acres of pasture for breeding to boarding and on-site veterinarian care, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Visit us September 17th at the Pickaway County Fairgrounds and get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Pet Rock, and Long Tom. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best. Buying or selling a racehorse? OnGate.com is your one-stop website. OnGate has changed the way racehorses are bought and sold. Easy to view listings makes it easy to find your next champion. Buy or sell at OnGate.com.
We're back. Hopefully. Hello again, sports fans. This is Tom Pye, the Harness Guy, and Jay Wolf, live from Lake Hiawatha in beautiful Mount Vernon.
Like Keith Jackson used to say, from the banks of the Olentangy. From the banks of Lake Hiawatha.
The mighty Olentangy used to say.
Yeah.
Now, they've miled that Olentangy down. They've built up darns. We don't call them dams. This is a family-orientated, them darns they put up there. But when it gets wet, when the rain pours, it starts creeping up along the banks of the mighty Olentangy once more. But this is, the sun just came out. It's beautiful. We're here for the second race, Home Talent Colt Stakes, 2-year-old pacing fillies. We have 6 in it. And the trophy goes to the winner of the fastest time. So we've got 3 divisions. And Mr. Wolf, these are the ones with the senior member has Katie Ann. She has 3 lifetime starts. And
We do have a couple program changes. Number 2, Katie Ann, will be driven by trainer Marion Chupp. And number 6, Frisky Dragon, will be driven by an Irvine, but it will be Wyatt Irvine. So those are your changes here in the second. The first division of the 2-year-old filly pace for a total purse of $11,531. This division will go for $38.77. They use the race saddle pads here at Knox County, so not your traditional red, blue, white, yellow, green, etc. So all the horses will have the same saddle pads in the race. Makes it a little bit more difficult for the track announcer, but so if you happen to see a blue number finish the finish line, it may be a blue 6
or blue 5, or
could be a blue 4.
And then that's when the announcers have to they will familiarize a lot of them there. Get used to the driver's colors, because that's exactly what you go by. And some of the good announcers, I can tell what driver it is just by the way they sit in the bike, and because they see him. There's Wyatt. Now, not too many people know that after the gunfight of the OK Corral, Wyatt Earp went to counseling. And he opened up, I'm okay, you're okay. Corral.
I knew there was a dad joke coming here somewhere. I said a dad joke, not a bad joke.
But so the first division, we have Fear the Rocket with Mickey Holiday. It's Doc Holliday's son. Speaking of the OK Corral, Ohio Select Sale yearling at $7,000. It's owned by Here's to Us Stable and Teresa Marie Maddox up there in Sugar Creek.
You're all out. Get them together, line them up, parade in order. Parade in order, please.
Is Katie Ann. How much did you go for the Ohio Select Sale?
$25,000
You are correct, sir.
for the gray mare.
Yes, for the
She
Fear.
ain't what she used to be.
She is by Fear the Dragon. Marion Chupp trains for David M. Yoda. Seneca, South Carolina. How you, South Carolina? I spent the winter down there. Or 2. Number 3.
Here are the horses for the seeding
there are
second,
horses.
First division. Home talent for 2
We'll
year-old
go
Philly
to Chris
Pacers.
Patterson.
Trophy by Park National Bank, $3,877. Number 1 is Fear the Rocket. Here's to us, Stable Millersport. Teresa Marie Maddox of Sugar Creek. Ronnie Steck, the trainer, with driver Mickey Holiday. 2 is Katie Ann. David Yoder, South Carolina. Trained and ring by Marion Chump. Number 3 is Find Art and Rosa. Matt Rowe, Urbana. Mark Rowe, the trainer. Alex Hawk gets the call. Number 4 is Above the Radar. Corey Dayerman of Dorset. William Hart of Carmel, ME. Dayerman trains her. Brady Clemens in the bike. 5 is Party Cruiser. First up, Racing Stable, Beach City. Vernon Beachy of Middlefield. Vernon Beachy trains and drives. And number 6 is Frisky Dragon. Herman Hegerman of Millersburg, Ohio. Hegerman trains her. Wyatt Irvine in the sulky. They'll take one and go to the gate. In the second race, I like the 3.
They won't have to
She's got a third, second,
grade
and
long
fourth.
because there's no betting.
I
Yeah.
look for Hawk to give her a cool trip in here. For second, let's go with the 4, Above the Radar. Here's another Fear the Dragon filly. Corey Dayerman, good trainer. Brady Clemens gets the call. Just missed by a neck last time out at the Carroll County Fair in Carrollton. And for third, let's try the 5, Party Cruiser. Yankee Cruiser. 2 starts with a win. She win by a neck at Carrollton in 2:08. That's not a real bad time at Carrollton. Carrollton's track's not fast. I'm going to go 3, 4, 5. Can you beat me, Tom?
Sounds good to me, Chris. To tell you the fine arts, I do like Katie Terry, Katie Ann with Marion Chump. She's been 58-2, 58-1, 58-2. And last week at Carrollton, went in 2-5-3. She was second to Fearless Sheila, which is a nice filly. I'm going to go with the 2, and that's my picks. That's my wagering, and that's my choice, and I'm sticking to it.
Sticking to it. Number 5 is Party Cruiser, trained and driven by Vernon Beachy, who's also a coner with First Up Racing. This horse won its last start at Carrollton, was 4th at the quarter pole and took the lead before the half and held on for a neck win in 2:08. And rounding out the field is Frisky Dragon. Wyatt Irvine will be driving for Hegerman, who is the owner. This horse finished 3rd at Carrollton, individually timed in 2:06. So
2-year-old filly Pacers, top of the stretch. Here they come.
Here's Chris from Mount Vernon, the Knox County Fair, Ohio.
They're off and pacing. Find Art and Rosa. And Hawk fire right out for the lead. Up on the outside, Above the Radar, second. Katie Ann got away third, racing fourth. Party Cruiser, Frisky Dragon. Down the backside they go, over the opening quarter. And Hawk's on the choo-choo with Fine Art and Rosa showing the way. Above the Radar, Brady Clemens is bullheaded second. Racing down along the rail third, Fear the Rocket. They're by the quarter in 31 seconds. Party Cruiser fourth. Frisky Dragon. They're off the turn and down the stretch for the first time. The Ponderosa filly and Alex Hawk on top by 2. Down along the rail, racing second is Above the Radar. To the outside, Katie Ann in at the rail. They're by the half, 101. Racing in at the rail, 5th is Fear the Dragon. Down the back lane they go. And Fear, Art, and Rosenhawk call the shots. Still second is Katie Ann and Chump. Above the radar, hanging on the outside, 3rd. Inside, 4th. Fear Rockette. They rock and roll towards the 3/4 mile mark, and they're going at it. 132 and 1. 3/4, 132 and 1. Katie Ann sticks ahead in front. Clemens flying on the outside with Above the Radar. Find Art and Rosa digs in at the rail. 3 of them across the track. Down the stretch they come. Above the Radar on the outside. Back on the inside. Fear Rod and Rosa.
Look at this finish. He-ya!
It's going to be tight with a burst.
5, 3, 1. Wow.
We're a little off the finish line, so this is definitely not a good angle for us to guess.
I just craned my neck over this way and stand on my toe, my heel.
An very expensive break for number 4, Above the Radar. Looked like to be the winner and took a bad step mid-stretch. I don't know if you saw Tom, but Alex Hawk had Fine Art and Rosa right on the gate and had his earplugs pulled already.
Tight, unofficial.
That was
31, 101, 132 and 1, 202 and 1.
Nice file.
Last quarter and 30 seconds flat.
Good last quarter. And again, exciting right across the wire.
Chris, do you want to venture a guess on who won that one? Whoever Tom Pye said. Okay.
Yeah, he puts
that's passing the buck really quickly.
Well, I believe Chris said he was a 5.31. Chris has got a pretty good eye. He's been doing this for a few years.
Well, both of them have turned and are coming this way.
Party Cruiser was a $10,000 yearling at the Blooded Horse sale. The 3, Fine Art and Rosa, thank you. He was $18,000 Blooded Horse. So is it the $10,000 yearling or the $18,000 year? It was a
Back to the winner's circle. Winner of the second.
Looks like Vernon Beachy is coming this way.
2-year-old filly Pacers, $3,877. Trophy by Park National Bank. Owned by First Up Racing Stable, Beach City, Ohio. Vernon Beachy of Middlefield. Vernon Beachy, the trainer. Vernon Beachy, the winning driver. Number 5, Party Cruiser. 2-year-old bay filly by Yankee Cruiser out of Vanity Ferris. Second of the season. Lifetime mark. 202, 1/5. Final quarter in 30. Todd Carpenter presents the blanket on behalf of Park National Bank. Party Cruiser. Winner at Carrollton, back here tonight. 2 in a row in Ohio.
So
It's
there's your
official.
winner, number 5, Party
Fear the
Cruiser.
Rockette, 3. Katie Ann, 4. Fine Art Rosa, 2. Above the Radar, 5. Party Cruiser, the winner. Frisky Dragon, 6. 31. 101. 132 and 1. 202, 1/5. That's a new mark for the winner. Party Cruiser. 342. 516. 202, 1/5.
Party
Your
Cruiser
horses
had to
on the track
overcome
for
a
the
bad
third.
step in the mile, too. Went off stride
Scratch
there.
two, Chase a
So,
check.
congratulations to the winners there.
6 Super Andy.
What are the
Jeremy
Third race is the first division of the 3-year-old Colt
puts the trotting
Trot.
hobbles on.
And we'll come and take a look at the field for a much closer look after words from our sponsors.
Ba-da-da-boom.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding facility that specializes in stallion management. Cool Winds Farm stands the popular Dancing Yankee, whose first crop hit the ground this year and are great-looking individuals. Cool Winds is also standing Rockin' Amadeus, sire of world champion Ocean Rock. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on September 17th.
Bow River Jewelry has been the premier designers of sulky jewelry for more than 30 years. We incorporate today's fashion designs to create a unique piece of jewelry only found at Bow River. Visit bowriverjewelry.com today.
Welcome back to Mount Vernon, Ohio, for the opening night of racing here at the Knox County Fair. The second afternoon of racing will be Monday at 12 noon, and I am fortunate to be back on Monday. We'll start around 11:45 with a gentleman you may have heard of, Roger Houston, something like that.
Houston.
Yes.
He better be here. Now I'll be down Marysville on that. That's 2 morning matinees, you might as well call it. But
So you're going to Marysville, and I'm coming to Mount Vernon. So
Yes.
we'll probably pass each other on the road going in opposite directions.
opposite down 42 wherever it is down there. But yeah, it's a nice day. I forecast good racing, and I want to look at these horses. After the winner there, that Party Cruiser taking the thing. It's a nice Yankee Cruiser, third lifetime start. Betted her mark at Carrington for 2-8, Carrollton, I should say, and it's 2-2-1. Now, you folks, when they win, this is a stake race, and when you look at your breeding on a horse, etc., like that, and they say stake winner, and that puts them in the black, the large, bold print. The stake winner. Then if they go sub 2 minutes, that's a sub 2 minute horse. So even though this is a county fair, this is important in this horse's career, especially a filly, because that's what the breeders look for. They're out of stake winners and 2 minute horses.
We have 3 changes here in the third race, which is the first division of the 3-year-old Colt Trot, going for a total purse of $10,696. This division for half, which is $53.98. Number 2, Chase a Check, will be scratched. Number 3, Illini Cash will be racing with Trotting Hobbles. And your final change, Darren Harvey will be driving the 6 Super Andy. Number 1 is Frankie B, trained, owned, and reined by John Hochstetler. This horse originally was in the Chris Beaver stable as a 2-year-old. Won 5 of 14 starts last season, is 1 of 7 this season. The 1 was last start out on July 20th at Carrollton. Won by a nose in 2:05 and 3. Number 2, Chase a Check, has been drawn. Number 3, Illini Cash. Melvin Miller trains and drives for Miller's Deja Vu stable right here in Mount Vernon, Ohio. This one will be racing with Trotting Hobbles, and if you notice the past performance, it's been distanced 5 of the last 6 starts, so hopefully the Trotting Hobbles will do what they need to do to keep this Wishing Stone gelding on stride. This horse is 0 for 9 lifetime.
Okay, you're all out. Get them together.
Number 4 is Track the Action,
Scratch the 2.
which is winless in 2 starts. Last start was a 3rd place finish with Wyatt Irvine in the bike in Carrollton. Number 5 is Al Spirit. Charlie Myrick trains and drives for the Second Chance stable was 6th, placed 7th in its last start at non-winners of 1 at Northfield. And rounding out the field is Super Andy. Darren Harvey is the driver change for Wes Hirschberger, and owned by Wayne Mast. If this horse wants to get a check, it will have to get into the action early. If you see in the program, it's been 9th, 8th, 5th, 6th, 6th, and 4th at the quarter in its last 6 starts. 0 for 4 lifetime.
Yes, but definitely a room for improvement in this race. They're on the track. I see 5 out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 6.
Parade in order.
There they are.
Here are the horses for race
Here's
number
Chris
3.
Patterson with the post parade.
Home Talent Colt Stake for 3-0 Colt Trotters. The jackpot, $5,398. This race sponsored by Smith Heiser Meats and Catering. Number 1 is Frankie B. Owned, trained, and reigned by John Hostetler of Dover, Ohio. 2 is out. 3 and Nylai Cash. Miller's Dave Haju stable of Mount Vernon. Trained and reigned by Mel Miller, trotting hobbles on. 4 is Track the Action. Tamir Trotters Incorporated of Worcester, Ohio. Darrell Evans Jr., the trainer. Wyatt Irvine gets the call. 5 is House Spirit. Owned by the Second Chance Stable Incorporated, Ravenna, Ohio. Trained and reigned by Charlie Marrick. And number 6 is Super Andy. Wayne Mast Jr. of Dundee. Wes Hirschberger trains. Darren Harvey will call the shot. They'll report to the gate in 1.
On this third race, I got to make a little note on Frankie B, because it was a tight photo. Now, during the broadcast, I talked to several people, and I was talking to one lady who's lived in Bucyrus all her life, and she'd been coming to the Bucyrus fairs for 40 years. She'd worked the 5 and 10. Ben Franklin 5 and 10 said how the boss kept a commissary down there for all the carnival people and all the horse people, sell them soap and staples, stuff like that. So I said, in all your 40 years, what's your favorite horse? And she says, Frankie B. Just one.
This Frankie B.
This Frankie
Okay.
B. I said, how come? She said, well, that's my husband's name. That's how you pick your winners. That is how you pick your winners. But Sandy Ratliff was her name. No relation to Ayers. I said, you know Ayers? She said, who?
Everyone knows Ayers Ratliff.
No, she does not. She's up from way up in Carrollton. But it's a great. I said, it's too bad we didn't have any time, but there was a little interesting thing. But I like Frankie B because I can say Frankie B.
Ayers will be the announcer at Union County Fair in Marysville.
Okay.
The first day is tomorrow, and the second day is Monday, which you'll be doing. So.
Okay. Who's doing the announcer down at
Starter Kevin Beckstead has called him
Washington
in.
Boardhouse?
I'm going to go with the
Doug
one.
Ballinger
Frankie
was.
B.
Okay, Doug.
The Triumph Caviar Colt. Upset winner at Carrollton. For second, the 4 Track the Action. This colt's always flattened on stride. For third, the 5 Owl Spirit, Charlie Marriott. 1, 4, 5. My picks in the third.
Field scratch down to 5.
Top of the stretch. Off stride, Owl Spirit. They're up and trotting, Frankie B. And Hostetler going for the lead. Illini Cash and Mel Miller ducked in second. Track the Action and the Marshall. Marshall Irvine is third. Super Andy fourth. Owl Spirit trails following the break. Straight alignment down the back lane they motor. Frankie B leads it by 5. Illini Cash with the trotting hobbles on. Mel Miller second. Track the Action and Wyatt Irvine third. They're by the quarter in a soft 32-1. Super Andy stays at the cones. To the outside, Owl Spirit and Marek. They're off the turn and down the lane. They'll motor for the first time. Frankie B. and Hostetler leads it by 4. Track the Action is moved in second. Owl Spirit on the outside third. Super Andy and Illini Cash. They're by the half, 101 and 2. Into the clubhouse turn they go. Frankie B by 2. Track the action, and Irvine is second. Al Spirits made up ground third. Super Andy and Harvey fourth. And Illini Cash down the backside to the 3/4 mile mark. Frankie B the leader. 3/4 in 1:32 and 3. Track the action is Breathing Fire second. And the Marshal wheels him to the outside. These two's going to decide it. Top of the stretch. Frankie B digs in. Track the action. Charge it on the outside. Frankie B. Track the action on the outside. Cover the wire. Frankie B. Track the action. Super Andy gets the showdown.
Frankie B. Good mile.
Unofficially, 1-4-6.
Chris was close. He liked 1-4-5.
Frankie B and John Hochstetler used a 29 in 1 second quarter to open up some distance, but thought may have been a little too early with the move, but it looked like he held on for about a length and a half or two.
6. 32 and 1. 101 and 2. 132 and 3. 202, 3/5.
That's quarter 30 seconds flat. Good mile. Sap in 101 and 1.
At the start of the race, Charlie Myrick's Al's Spirit took a bad step, and he rebounded. He was third going down the backstretch and faded to fourth. And Illini Cash, the trotting hobbles, he did make a little bobble, but was able to get right back on stride. So
4, 6.
looks like the trotting hobbles may have helped.
Now the Frankie B coming off, that was his first flat mile last week since he qualified Northfield, and he looked good. And this is, he just dropped his he got a qualifying mile of 1:59 up there at Northfield. So I remember him
Making his way back to the winner's circle, official winner of this evening's third. Home talent for 3-year-old colt trotters, $5,398. Trophy by Smith Heiser and Meats and Catering. Owned by John Hostetler, Dover, Ohio. John Hostetler, the trainer. John Hostetler, the winning driver. Number 1, Frankie B. 3-year-old bay gelding by Triumph Caviar out of V-Line. Second win of the season. 202, 3/5. 2 straight in the Buckeye State. Frankie B, the winner. Scratch the 2. Illini Cash, 5. Track the Action, 2. Al Spirit, 4. Super Andy, 3. 32 and 1. 101 and 2. 132 and 3. 202, 3/5. Final quarter in 30. 1 scratch, 5. 2, 4, 3. 202 and 3.
Excellent. I like that new, instead of 2 in a row in Ohio, we got 2 straight in the Buckeye State. I like that. That's the first time I've heard that. Of course,
Bring the horses on the track
I
for
don't
the
listen to
fourth.
anybody, but that's
Scratch the 1, Dragons last. 2, Maze Diamond, Darren Harvey drives. Number 3, Racing Forever, Alex Hawk. 4, Risky Becky, Steve Schoeffel. 5, Topless on the Beach, Wyatt Irvine.
7 in it for the
This
fourth
race is in memory of Jim Shipley. Jim was a director on the Knox County Agricultural Society for more than 40 years. During that time, he was president several times. He was a president of the Home Talent Colt Stakes and a member of the Knox County Harness Horsemen Association. This race in memory of Jim Shipley.
And well deserved. We will be back for the Jim Shipley Memorial, first division of the Hometown Colt Stakes for 3-year-old pacing fillies, after a few words from our sponsor.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Doctor, give me the news! Is it bad credit?
It's bad credit, and you need a car.
Can I be cured?
Yes, but your case needs immediate attention. Visit lowcostcarsoh.com or lowcostcarsnorth.com today. Bad credit, no credit, don't worry. Start driving today.
I've been cured! I can get a car! Woo!
Even if you're sick with bad credit, get a great car today at either Low Cost Cars locations in Circleville and Columbus.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
That's ohha.com. And we're back at the Knox County Fair in Mount Vernon, Ohio. A beautiful night, beautiful July night.
And it looks like the fans have come out to support the racing here at the Knox County Fair. There's a nice crowd all along the back stretch in their lawn chairs and all the way up to the top of the stretch. So
they're enjoying some really good racing too.
Well, especially for the folks who train here at the Knox County Fairgrounds, this is like Christmas Day. They've been waiting 363 days for this, and so it's finally here.
Jay Wolf, we had these things to name. We know Johnny Appleseed is originally from, well, not from here, but he owned land in Knox County. And if you fans of Hollywood Squares remember Paul Lynn to win, he was from Mount Vernon.
Wasn't there a Daniel Emmett?
Yes.
He was an actor or a vaudevillian or something. Okay. I believe he was from here.
Give me a couple horsemen.
Ooh. Oh, I'll take Dickie Stillings for the win.
You are correct.
Yes. Dickie is in the National Hall of Fame and in the Ohio Harness Racing Hall of Fame. So
well
Dickie Stillings.
Yeah. And he won back-to-back Adioses, I believe.
In a little race called the Little Brown Jug,
I believe. Yes.
He trained one and drove one.
Yep.
But they won back-to-back.
That's pretty. To win a jug is a lifetime accomplishment. Win back-to-back is unbelievable. It's like really excellent.
I believe the one he drove, his brother was listed as the trainer, and the one that Bill O'Donnell won, Dickie was listed as the trainer. So.
Billy O. We had Frankie B, Billy O.
The Magic Man.
They're the $10 million man. And he was the first driver to win $10 million in 1 year. He's from,
Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia. What hill is it?
Spring Hill.
Spring Hill, you are. And who is also famous from Spring Hill? The pride of Spring Hill, Nova Scotia. She's a singer.
Oh, I have no idea.
Anne Murray.
Oh, okay.
What song she says? I have no idea, but yeah, that's it. They always say that.
I will walk away if you start singing, Tom. I will walk away.
You'll throw the headset down. This is it. But yeah, this is it's amazing. Who else is the famous teamster? Almost famous. Well, he is famous from No. Yes, that's the famous team.
Maybe Jimmy Hoffa's in Lake Hiawatha.
They could be. They don't know where he is.
They don't know where he is.
That little bubble spring out there, we don't know. But how about one of our Ohio's leading drivers, kid by the name of Chris Page,
is from Mount Vernon. Yep.
So this is very, again, there's a lot of history, a lot of good horsemen that come out of Mount Vernon.
We have 5 changes here in the 4th race, so if you downloaded your free programs from the OHHA website, you can follow along. Number 1, Dragon's Last has been scratched. Number 2, Maze Diamond is Darren Harvey. Number 3 is now going to be driven by Alex Hawk. Risky Becky, number 4, will be Steve Schoeffel. And number 5, Topless on the Beach, will be driven by Wyatt Irvine. Those are your changes here in the 4th, the first division of the 3-year-old filly pace. Total purse of $11,264. This division will go for $56.32.
Well, I remind you fans, no racing here tomorrow. Racing here at 12 noon on Monday. 12 noon on Monday.
My program has number 3 will have a line to be announced, but I have yet to hear the announcement of the line.
Ohio with parimutuel wagering. They race at Piketon
As a trainer
on
at
Friday
Bucyrus, you should
5,
have all this information.
back
Tom
on
Pye.
Saturday at
My
12
program
noon.
doesn't.
The Hillbilly Circuit, Piketon.
Mine
Friday
has,
at
he raced on the
5,
22nd of July at
Saturday at
Bucyrus,
noon.
line to be announced.
With
Dragon's Last?
parimutuel wagering.
No, excuse me.
Racing for Aber.
Racing for Aber on the 22nd, he was third by 17 and 59 and 4 in the Ohio Home Talent Colt Stakes. The mile went in 56 and 2.
For a 3-year-old filly pacer?
Yeah, it was an
Wow.
excellent mile. And I believe the trainer of Snappy Lady was the trainer of Maze Diamond, D. Houghton. In fact, I was talking to her before the races. We're talking about training down south, and I said she trains out of Pinehurst, and she had been there for a few years, and she got this filly. She says, I like the Snappy Lady, and she says she's just been really coming around. And
I think we're waiting on Wyatt Irvine to make the...
Come on, Wyatt.
So we'll go ahead and take a closer look here at the 4th, and I'm sure Chris will interrupt us. But number 1, Dragon's Last has been drawn. Number 2 is Maze Diamond. Darren Harvey will get the drive. A winner last time out at Hilliard, won by a nose in 2:09. Number 3 is Racing for Aber. Vernon Beachy trains for first up racing of Beach City, Ohio. Alex Hawk will
All
be
right,
the
let's
driver.
get them together.
Number 4 is
Trade in order.
Risky
Last one stepping onto the track.
for Steve Schoeffel. Ty Loy is the trainer. Was second by a neck at Carrollton in its last start on July 20th. Number 5 is Topless on the Beach, Wyatt Irvine for Jeff Ebersol. Linda Ebersol, Jeff's wife, is the owner. Was second in Hilliard its last start, beaten 4.5 lengths in 2 minutes and 1/5. Jurassic JJ is number 6, Brady Clemens for Eric Nesselrode, and owner Jerry
Here are the
Walsh
horses for the 4th.
is
First
winless in
division.
just 1 start.
3-year-old filly
And we'll
Pace,
finish up with
hometown
number
stake.
7, excuse me, when Chris is finished.
$5,632. This
Excuse
race
me.
in memory of Jim Shipley. 1 is out. 2 is Maze Diamond, owned and trained by D. Houghton of Worcester. The driver, Darren Harvey. Number 3 is Racing for Bever. First up racing stable, Beach City. Vernon Beachy, the trainer, with Alex Hawk. 4, Risky Becky. Roger Morlock, Valley City. Ty Loy, the trainer, with driver Steve Schoeffel. 5 is Topless on the Beach. Linda Ebersold of Chesterville, Ohio. Jeff Ebersold, the trainer. Wyatt Irvine in the bike. Number 6 is Jurassic JJ. Jerry Welch of Waterford, Ohio. Eric Nesselrode trains with Brady Clemens. And number 7, excuse me, Ronnie Steck Maringo, Jeff Breeze of Granville. Steck trains Mickey Holiday in the sulky. Scratch the 1, Harvey 2, Hawk 3, Schoeffel 4, Wyatt Irvine 5. This is a tough one. I'm going to go with the 2, Maze Diamond. Off the win at the Franklin County Fair by a nose. Only went in 2:09. That's not a very good time at Hilliard. For second, let's go with the 4, Risky Becky and Schoeffel. Seems to race better since Ty put her on Lasix. And for third, let's try the 5 topless on the beach. This will be her second start on Lasix. For Eversold, the trainer, Wyatt Irvine, the driver. 2, 4, 5 in a toughie.
Those are Chris's picks. Like you said, 2, 4, 5.
Yes.
We left off at number 6, Jurassic JJ. We'll repeat that one. It was a 4th place finish. Its last start on July 20th at Carrollton was individually timed in 2:02. This is just its second start of its season.
Look at that close. He was 6th at the head of the lane, 7.5 lengths off. He finished 4th, only beaten a half a length.
His last quarter was in 30-1. Looks like the leader's was in 32, so he gained 7 or 8 lengths there.
In his first start of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and number 7, starting from the second tier, Mickey Holiday, the 27-year-old reinsman, will get the drive for Ronnie Steck, who co-owns with Jeffrey Brees of Granville, Ohio. This horse is the fastest of the participants with his 156 miles, 2 starts back
Jim
on July
Shipley
7th.
Memorial.
Chris Patterson has him, is going to bring him down the lane for the start of the 4th, the first division of the 3-year-old filly pace.
From
3-year-old
Mount
pacing
Vernon.
fillies are at the top of the stretch. Here they come.
No 4.
Turfin pacing. Maze Diamond scampering for the lead. Racing Forever up on the outside second. Jurassic JJ got away third. Excuse me, fourth. Topless at the beach and Risky Becky. They was troubled at the start. Down the back lane they go. Maze Diamond and Mickey shows the way. Hawk pulls, but Mickey says, Hawkster, you better get back. I'm cutting it out. And he does. Racing Forever is second. 30 3/5. Excuse me, pacing third. Racing fourth, Jurassic JJ. Risky Becky and the trailers topless at the beach. Down the lane for the first time. Mace Diamond on top by a length. Now moving on the outside. Here comes Topless at the beach and Wyatt Irvine, now second. They're by the half in 102-1. Racing's Forever in at the rail third. Risky Becky's outside fourth. Excuse me, as they race down the backside to the 3/4 mile mark. Maze Diamond by ahead. Topless at the beach, going a big one on the outside second. And Irvine just slugged her with the sword. Racing third is Racing Forever. 3/4 in 132. Risky Becky on the outside fourth. They're at the top of the stretch. Maze Diamond digs in. Topless at the beach on the outside. 3 wide, Racing Forever. Down the lane. Maze Diamond, Mickey Holiday. Pouring it on. Maze Diamond. Racing Forever up for second. Topless at the beach won a big one for third.
Looked like we had a pair that hooked wheels at the top of the stretch. Number 4 and number 7 looked like they hooked wheels. So I'm sure the judges will take a look at that, and the results will not be posted official for a few moments. But number 2, Maze Diamond with Darren Harvey.
Unofficial 2, 3, 5, 30 3, 102 1, 132, 201 2. That's unofficial.
Last score 29-2. Last half in 59-1.
Number 5, Topless on the Beach, broke before the start and came roaring down the stretch the
we
first time.
do have a judge's inquiry at the start of the
Chris
race.
has announced there is a judge's inquiry into the action in the top of the stretch.
Now you're in better position. See that, Jay? I'm up here in the clouds or we can't speculate.
No, we can't speculate. It just appeared that the two of them just hooked wheels, and when that happens, one has to go a little slower before the other one can get unhooked.
Yep.
So, back in front of the
Gotta-
stands already. Not waiting around. Mays Diamond.
I think D. Houghton. D won up at Bucyrus. And this is the filly. She said she thinks she's coming on. I'll say she has won in 58-4 at Northfield, but this is a good mile here at Mount Vernon.
May not be the easiest horse to steer based on the hardware it's
That's
wearing.
what she said. She said she sees stuff. You got that overcheck.
Whoa! And there D.
But she bounced up. So.
For those wondering what the oohs and
In
ahs
the
were,
winner's
the
circle,
golf cart did
winner
not
of the
come to a
fourth,
complete
First Division
stop. And
3-year-old filly pace.
caretaker jumped
Home
out.
Talent
and-
Colt
little too
Stake in
quick.
memory of Jim Shipley. $5,632. Owned by Deetra Houghton of Worcester High. D trains her. Karen Harvey, the winning driver. Number 2, Mays Diamond. 3-year-old Bay filly by Bring On the Beach. Third win of the season. 201 and 2. Mark earlier at Northfield of 58-4.
If that
I think that's 2 straight in the Buckeye State.
2 straight in the back of the state. That's her fourth lifetime win. She's already picked up total so far of over 17,000. So the judges have reviewed the tape, and we'll give you the official rundown from Chris Patterson. But again, 2-1 and 2, First Division. We have the second division of the 2-year-old pacing colts coming up. Pacing fillies, excuse me. 2-year-olds, and there's 5. There's only 5
All right,
horses
bring the
in there.
horses on the track for the 5th. We're just about ready to go official. In the 5th race, scratch the 5. John G. Wingard drives the 6. Just about ready to go official on the 4th. Stand by. Still an inquiry.
And if this was parimutuel here, they'd say, hold all your tickets.
Yes.
That's right.
Chris, can we see the start one more time? I want to show. I want to show why, because that might change the way we finish.
Number 6, Barley Tipsy, will be driven by trainer John G. Wingard. I will guarantee you one thing in this race, Tom Pye. Someone will break their maiden.
Yes, we have.
I'm not much for going out on a limb, but I will go out on a limb. Someone in this race will break their maiden.
Total of 14 lifetime starts. They got the goose egg, no wins. We do have a couple. We have Into the Mist. Now,
has been on the
Steve
board
Schofield,
75%
starting
of the
gate
time.
right away, please. Call the judges stand. Stand by, fans. We still got the inquiry up.
Now they're asking for Steve Schofield to go to the starting gate, but Mr. Schofield is on the track in the far turn. So we're going to have to wait until he brings his horse who's getting ready for the 5th. Back to the starting gate.
Someone's over by the starting gate. That isn't Steve Schofield.
Nope, it's not Steve Schofield. So here comes Mr. Schofield in front of the stands right now. So,
yeah, the Into the Mist goes 59-1 Bucyrus.
Steve, go to the starting gate. Judges want to talk to you.
Into the Mist is
Mr.
raced
Schofield,
twice
thank
in the Buckeye Stallion Series, a third-place finish, so individually timed in 1:59-1, and that race was held at the Bucyrus Fair. So, Chris Lems was the driver that day. We have Lonnie Graber down to drive tonight, who is the trainer. This is a 2-year-old brown filly by Well Said. As Tom says, has a second and 2 third-place finishes for $5,000 in career earnings, which is more than the rest of the field combined.
Yes. This is the night she is poised for the picture. That's Annette Adams, our track photographer, and she part of the crew that travels to the Southern Home Talent Colt Stakes, Southern Valley Colt Service Circuit, and we got Jay Frappel, we got Brad Conrad. He's everywhere. He's everywhere.
He's everywhere.
He's the dean of the track photographers.
I understand, though, that Carrollton didn't have a track photographer, and Don Tiger was taking pictures.
He stepped right up.
He felt bad for the owner, so he started taking pictures.
And I'll tell you, for his first attempt, he did pretty darn good. But Roger and him were saying, well, why don't you do? Well, that's okay, because that's for the second program.
Yeah.
He stepped up. He just didn't want to sit beside me for too long. He had enough of my...
Roger was the announcer, and you were the broadcaster, right?
That was the, what do they call that? The on-air team. That's it.
I tell you what, Don Tiger is taking this Meadowlands Pace disqualification a heck of a lot better than I would be.
I have absolutely, I have read what they think, and he's such a nice guy. He's knowledgeable. He's risen through the ranks, so he knows how racing is. But this is, I'd be hooting and hollering and screaming about something.
And I believe he has a horse racing tonight. He has a 2-horse stable.
Yeah.
Charlie May, everyone knows about, but his second horse is Shane Falco, which is a 2-year-old and pacer, and it is racing tonight in the Ohio Sire Stakes at Scioto Downs. So I'm sure he's not listening to us, but good luck, Mr. Tiger.
Good luck, Don. He's like...
He sent me a text after he won, and he won a leg of the Buckeye Stallion Series at Northfield, and he was like, "Oh yeah, it looked great." And I said, "Yeah, thanks a lot. I had a horse I owned a piece of the horse in the same race, and you beat me." And he goes, "I'm sorry."
Yeah. So, I didn't mean to.
I didn't mean to rub it in, but he rubbed it in.
Your attention, please.
Nope. Here we go.
Number 5, Topless on the Beach, finished 3rd, has been disqualified and placed 5th for interference with the 4 at the start. So we got a new call. 2, 3, 6. New call. 2, 3, 6. Here we go, top down. Dragon's Last was scratched. Mays Diamond, the winner. Racing for Aber. 2. Risky Becky, finished 5th. placed fourth. 5, Topless on the Beach, finished third. Disqualified, placed fifth with interference with the 4 to start. 6, Jurassic JJ, finished 4, placed 3. 7, Excuse Me, 6. 30 and 3, 102 and 1, 132, 201 and 2.
So there you go.
Top down, scratch.
We'll go over
1,
that in a little
2,
bit more detail. We'll talk about the
5P4,
finishing, and we're going to try to get a quick.
3P5, 4P3.
The horses are on the track
6
already
on the
for the
bottom.
next race.
201 and 2.
And we're trying to see if we can squeeze in a commercial break. So I tell you
You're
what.
all out, line them up, parade in order.
Why don't we take the post
Scratch the
parade,
5.
then we'll go into a quick
J.
commercial
G.
break, and
Winger,
we'll
number
have to
6.
miss. We'll probably have to miss his picks, but the picks don't really mean anything if you can't wager. So
And you'll have to miss my commentary too.
Well, so
there is a goddamn it.
We'll take the post parade from Chris, and as soon as he announces number 6, Barley Tipsy, then we'll go right to a commercial break, and then we'll hopefully be able to catch the start of the 5th. We got to make sure we get our sponsors.
Well, yes.
They're the ones who help allow us to put this on. So.
And they're good sponsors to go to.
Here they are. The horses for the 5th.
Second division for 2-year-old filly Pacers. Trophy by Park National Bank, $3,877. Number 1 is Simply Monafant. Garen Harvey, Canton. Steffi Hanud of Canton. Garen Harvey trains and drives. 2 is She's a Black in Back. She's Back in the Black. Here's to us, Stable Millersport. Amanda Alexander of Westerville. Steck trains the driver, Mickey Holiday. 3 is Into the Mist. Danny Hostetler of West Farmington. Trained and trained by Lonnie Graber. Number 4 is Black Roses. Owned by David Canusa of Houston, Pennsylvania. She's trained and trained by Steve Schoeffel. 5 is out. Number 6 is Barley Tipsy. John G. Wingard, Worcester. Joseph Karashik of New York. John G. Wingard, the trainer. John G. Wingard will call the shots.
That's your field for the 5th, the second division of the 2-year-old filly Pace. Now we're going to jump in and get a quick word from our sponsors.
Your animals provide unconditional love. When they hurt, you want the best care available to help them enjoy life again. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center is here for you and for them. From heart disease to cancer, diabetes to broken bones, and 24-hour emergency services, Ohio State's team of experts make a difference in the lives of animals and the family members who love them. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm with 500 acres of pasture for breeding to boarding and on-site veterinarian care, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Visit us September 17th at the Pickaway County Fairgrounds and get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Pet Rock, and Long Tom. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
Sponsor Midland Acres.
We are back live.
We almost timed that perfectly. Because here's the field scratched down to a field of 5 for the 5th. The second division of the 2-year-old filly Pace.
Into the Mist.
2-year-old filly Pacers are all moving in behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're off and pacing Into the Mist goes for the lead. Black Roses up on the outside with a brush and a rush. Off stride went Into the Mist. Down along the rail as they race to the backside is She's a Back in Black. Pacing into rail, Simply Moving. Barley Tipser and the trailer following the break Into the Mist. Down the back lane they go. Black Roses and Shuffle show the way. They're by the quarter in 32 seconds. Racing in at the rail second is She's Back in Black. Pacing down along the rail third, Barley Tipsy. Racing fourth, Simply Moving It and the trailer into the mist. Down the lane for the first time, and Shuffles on the engine with the artificial filly, Black Roses. Mickey Holiday second with She's Back in Black. Pacing third, Barley Tipsy by the half, 103. In at the rail, Simply Moving It, and to the outside, into the mist. Around the turn, 5/8 mile mark, Black Roses with the lead. 3 wide on the outside is into the mist. Between them, Barley Tipsy. Down at the cone, She's Back in Black. They're well bunched as they rock and roll to the 3/4. 3/4, 134 and 1. On top, Black Roses trying to take them all the way. Into the mist, a big trip on the outside second. Barley Tipster swings 3 deep. Down the lane, between them, into the mist. Back on the inside, Black Roses. Far outside, Barley Tipsy. Cover the wire, inside. Black, Back in Black. Mickey Holiday in the lightning lane.
Appreciative crowd. Another great finish.
She's Back in Black looked like had nowhere to go going down the backstretch. They were 3 wide in front of her, or 3 wide on the outside of her, and she still had the leader. But when the leader got a little leg weary in the lane, drifted off a little bit, and Mickey Holiday shot the 2-year-old Black filly by Woodstock up the inside to score its maiden breaking victory here in the second division of the 2-year-old filly pace.
And the Ron Steck trainee,
Rita and Gary Condit's Here's to Us stable from Millersport, Ohio. And Amanda Lynn is their daughter.
Posted.
So it's a family affair.
6. Barley Tipsy. Possible interference going down the backside.
We have another inquiry.
well, let's. Okay.
We're leading the league in
32,
inquiries.
103, 134 and 1, 204 and 4. Once again, judges inquiry against the 6.
Time of the mile was 2:04 and
Ronnie
4.
Graber starting gate.
We almost had the Tom Pye curse.
As
the field was coming down the lane, you said into the mist,
and she
broke in the first turn.
She went into the air. She did.
I'm not going to tell Tom what horses I own, so maybe he won't pick them.
We'll be quiet from now on.
Looks like we've got a full golf cart coming.
Look at this. Yeah.
We got a full golf cart, and we have people running across the track.
We've got a good crowd in the winner's circle.
Yeah. The happiest place in the world.
It is. Always a smile.
Back in front of the stands. Winner of the 5th. Second division, 2-year-old filly pace, home talent colt stake. Trophy by Park National Bank, $3,877. Owned by Here's to Us, stable of Millersport. Amanda Allender of Westerville, Ohio. Ronnie Steck trains. Mickey Holiday, the winning driver. 204, 4/5.
There's Matt, his caretaker, or her caretaker. See the familiar faces. A lot of the caretakers never get their names mentioned.
Nope, but it's always nice when you're at racetracks that will announce the caretakers. There's the one who spends most of the time. Well, but it's usually the driver who gets all the glory.
Of course, they get all the glory.
They get all the glory.
Trainers get all the money. But that's...
We had 10 people in the winner's circle. That's always nice.
Oh.
The busiest man in harness racing tonight is Chris with Trot and Pace Marketing. The judges come down and review the video.
Lonnie.
So I tell you what, Tom, since we're midway through the card, why don't we take a look and we'll give a first half recap.
Absolutely.
First race was the 2-year-old Colt Pace.
John G. Wingard starting.
Won by the Mountain and Steve Schovel. Time of the mile, 2 minutes, 4/5. The second race was the first division of the 2-year-old filly Pace. Party Cruiser was victorious with driver, trainer, co-owner Vernon Beachy, with First Up Racing being his fellow co-owner. Time of that mile was 2 minutes, 2 seconds, and 1/5. Number 3, the first division of the 3-year-old Colt Trot. Frankie B, owned, reined, and trained by John Hochstetler. Time of that mile was 2:02 and 3. The fourth race, the 3-year-old filly Pacers, the first division. Mays Diamond with Darren Harvey, with D. Houghton, who is also the owner. That mile was in 2:01 and 2. And while we're on that race, we should probably go back and talk a little bit about the placing. There was 2 breakers at the start. Risky Becky and Topless on the Beach got together at the start. Both of them went off stride. Topless on the Beach rebounded and finished third, but was placed 5th due to that interference at the start. We had Risky Becky and Excuse Me Hook Wheels at the top of the stretch. So Risky Becky was 5th, placed 4th. Excuse Me was 6th and would remain 6th. So
No
after
checky.
After the placings, Mays Diamond was your winner. Racing for Aber was 2nd. Jurassic JJ was 4th, placed 3rd. Risky Becky was 5th, placed 4th. Topless on the Beach was 3rd. Disqualified, placed 5th for interference at the start. And Excuse Me was 6th. The time of that mile was 2:01 and 2. And then the last race, which they are still reviewing for possible interference, was the second division of the 2-year-old filly Pace, which was won by She's Back in Black, Mickey Holiday for Ron Steck. And owners, here's to us stables, and Amanda Lynn Allener of Westerville, Ohio, a maiden breaking victory in 2:04 and 4. So the fastest of the 2-year-old filly Paces will remain the second race, which was won by Party Cruiser in 2:02 and 1.
Yes.
So the final heat will have to beat that number, that time, if they want to take home the blanket.
Now the judges have reviewed, and they are just about to make the decision.
We're not going to spoil it.
No.
We can eavesdrop, but we'll let the Chris Patterson announce the results of the inquiry.
Hey, it's one of these great tools at the trotting and pace marketing is the replays.
They go rewind
and rewinds. They go right back to it, and of course I sit and watch.
Judges looked at the film. They decided no violation by the 6. Results official. Number 1, Simply Monofit. 5. She's Back in Black, the winner. Into the Mist, 3. Black Roses, 4. 5 was out. Barley Tipsy, 2. 32, 103, 134 and 1, 204. 513, 4 scratch, 2. 204 and 4. Bring your horses on the track.
Okay, with that,
I'm pleased to announce we have 0 changes in the 6, so why don't we go ahead and
Number
go
4,
right
Big
into a
Sky
commercial
Rocker.
break
got
so we
that.
can get back on schedule.
Alex
So
Hawk on 4.
we'll return to the Knox County Fair here after a few words from our sponsors.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigDWeb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio wants to thank all the breeders that supported our first season standing the trotter, Muscle Diamond. Cool Winds also welcomed the proven sire, Mr. Apples, to our stallion barn. Randy and Kim Haynes also stand the only full brother to some beach somewhere, Bring On the Beach, sire of Heart of Chewbacca. Visit the Cool Winds consignment at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway Ag Center on Friday, September 17th.
From the banks of Lake Hiawatha here at the Knox County Fairgrounds in beautiful Mount Vernon, Ohio.
Now, how deep is... Did you find out any stats on that?
No, but actually, Lake Hiawatha Park had a 1,500-seat theater.
Wow.
Had a restaurant. They had automobile and horse races here, but it went bankrupt in 1918. So they actually had a streetcar that would bring them here to the east end of the fairgrounds, which is now the fairgrounds, and they had a trolley, so they could go downtown and take the trolley to Lake Hiawatha Park.
Now I'm going to sing. Clang, 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 went the trolley.
Okay.
Okay, I won't. But, yeah.
When it went bankrupt in 1918, the Agricultural Society purchased the land, and now we are
in the
Knox County Fairgrounds.
Let's go.
We have it. It's a nice breeze, a good crowd. If you
absolutely
look at span the
hill.
The hill. Look at the crowd. Look at the crowd. Span the hill. They're all
next week at the Adios. They'll have their party on the hill, and
Yeah.
we have our party on the hill this weekend.
Down in Ighton, they had the party on the hill too. That's another one. Over in Auglaize County,
I think Auglaize is Wapakoneta.
Wapakoneta. What's
you said? Piketon. Piketon's
Piketon
down
has
south.
Yeah, but they have Piketon. They have a party on the hill.
But Wapakoneta and Piketon are nowhere near each other.
Oh, I know that. That's why you get lost all the time. You know.
That's why you showed up at Wapakoneta and they said you're 3 weeks early.
It's been done before too. But we're up to the 6th race. This is the 2nd division of the 3-year-old Colts and Gelding Trotters.
What's impressive here, Tom, is the fair hasn't officially started. Yet this is such a large crowd for not having... I mean, you had to be coming to the races.
Yeah, and they're all... I mean, they're visiting the vendors. They're all in back. Look at them. They're doing the... Chris says that onion roll with a...
Blooming onion.
Blooming onion. He says that was delicious. He says it was better than the restaurants. And that is, it's open air. They prepare it right in front of you. But it smelled good.
We have a field of 5 here in the 2nd division of the 3-year-old Colt Trot. This division will go for $5,298.
So to save the goal, let's see if we have any. Yes, a blooded horse.
Parade in order.
Big Sky Rocket, 4,700.
Now, there is 2 blooded horse sales. There's one in August, the pre-jug, and then there's one in November. So how do you know which jug sale that is, or which blooded horse sale that is?
I think would that be the... Well, for yearlings, they'd sell in November, wouldn't they?
They do sell some in the pre-jug in August.
All right.
We'll have to guess.
That is. It is a guess. Everything's a guess in the horse business.
Here's Chris Patterson with our post parade for the 6th.
Joe Nesserode trains. Brady Clemens, the driver. Number 2 is future MVP. Bob Sidley of Painesville. Mike Metters, the trainer, with Chris Presley. 3 is TT's Paint Chip. Tamir Trotters Incorporated, Worcester, Ohio. Darrell Evans Jr. trains. Wyatt Irvine gets the call. 4 is Big Sky Rocket. First Up Racing Stable, Beach City, Ohio. Vernon Beachy of Middlefield. Vernon Beachy, the trainer, make the driver, Alex Hawk. And number 5, the Great Houdini. V&K Schoeffel of Evans City. Max Fortune of Butler. AP List of New York. Schoeffel trains. Steve Schoeffel in the sulky.
I lied,
Go to the
Tom.
gate in
We
one.
had a driver's
Alex
change
Hawk
that went on, and
drives the
it's
4.
Alex Hawk will be driving the
I'm gonna
4
go with the
big
2,
Sky
future
Rocket.
MVP.
I'm so confused.
First, second, the 5.
No, the,
Houdini. The
Vernon
third,
Beachy
the
won
4,
earlier today,
Big
so you
Sky
know he's
Rocket.
here.
2, 5, 4.
Chris, 254.
Real quick, we'll take a look at the field of 5. Brady Clements will drive the 1, Stave the Gold, 0 for 3 this season, but did have 4 wins as a freshman. 2 third-place finishes his last 2 starts at Hilliard and Wellston. Number 2 is future MVP for Bob Sidley, who's the owner, and Mike Metters, the trainer. Chris Presley will drive. This horse was second last start on July 18th at Hilliard, beaten a length and a quarter in 2:02 and 3. 1 win in 10 starts this season. Number 3, TT's Paint Chip. Darrell Evans Jr. is the trainer for Tamara Trotters of Worcester. Wyatt Irvine will drive. This horse has a few X's and a few DIS's on its lines. It was 0 for 8 lifetime, so Wyatt will be looking to keep the 3-year-old brown deep chip gelding
Starter
flat.
Kevin Beckstead has called him in.
Number 4 is Big Sky Rocket, Alex Hawk.
At the Knox County Fair.
And the Great Houdini,
Race
Steve
6.
Schoeffel. This is the reason Steve Schoeffel is here. This horse has been racing at the Meadows and raced at Carrollton. Was 0 for 5 to start the season, but has received 6 straight checks with a win, 4 seconds, and a third in its last 6 starts.
Mark, 2 minutes at the Meadows. The Great Houdini can get it
Trio
Houdana.
Colt Trotters are at the top of the stretch. Here they come. Paint Chips on a break. Big Sky Rockets off stride. They're off and trotting. Save the Gold bounces for the lead. Future MVP and Presley up on the outside. The Great Houdini's on the outside third. And now Schoeffel grab leather. Big Sky Rocket. TT's Paint Chip. That's the 5 as they roll down the backside. Save the Gold in Clemens on the choo-choo. Now here comes the Great Houdini. And bang, he's right up on the outside to take command. The Great Houdini. Opening quarter, 32 seconds. Save the Gold second. Future MVP and Presley bides his time third. Big Sky Rocket and Hawks made up a lot of ground for. Paint Chip, the trailer. Passing the stands and the fans first time. The Great Houdini. Save the Gold. Now here comes Presley. Future MVP up on the outside. They're by the half, 102. Big Sky Rocket will pick up the live cover. Paint Chip, not tonight. Down the back lane they travel. The Great Houdini by half. Future MVP, full of trot on the outside. And there goes Presley, zooming up on the outside. 3 wide, the Big Sky Rocket. In at the rail, Save the Gold. 132 and 4. Future MVP. And Chris Presley is pouring it on. The Great Houdini puts up the white flag. Outside, Big Sky Rocket. Down the lane they come. Future MVP. Poured it on. Big Sky Rocket. Save the Gold.
Looks like 2, 4, 1, just for fun.
Number 1, future MVP. Went for the early lead. Brady Clemens decided to protect the rail position with Save the Gold, so Chris Presley pulled future MVP into the 2-hole.
4, 1.
Steve Schoeffel, the Great Houdini,
32.
made a bold effort.
102. 132 and 4. 201. Back half in 59.
Wow.
He was
201.
big here at Knox County this evening. That Mr. MVP. Second win of the season.
Very impressive mile for the son of my MVP. See,
Bob Sidley's North Meadow stable was the breeder as well.
and that's his second win in 10, 11 starts. He gives a mark of 58 4 at Scioto over a good track. Last week, I remember at Hilliard, he made the break at the start, and he still finished second by 1.5 lengths in 2, 2, and 3, and he redeemed himself.
2, 4, 1. Official.
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 No inquiry.
That's the first.
That's a 3.
Put him on the track for the 7th.
Yay!
In the 7th, Ammon Hirschberger on 4, Marion Chump 1, Hawk 5, Chris Presley 8. This is the featured race this evening, the Red Shaw Open Memorial Trot for $5,000.
Chris Presley was the Ohio chapter of
Moving
United
into winner's
States Harness
circle,
Riders.
winner of the 6th,
Peter Houghton Award.
3-year-old Colt Trot, hometown stake, trophy by Smithheiser Meats and Catering, $5,298. Bob Sidley of Paynesville, Mike Metters, the trainer, Chris Presley, the winning driver, number 2, future MVP. 3-year-old bay going by My MVP, out of North Meta Blessing. Second of the season, he was big here tonight, 201. Top down, Save the Gold 3, future MVP, the winner, Paint Chip 5, Big Sky Rocket 2, The Great Houdini 4, 32, 102, 132 and 4, 201 with the back half in 59. 315, 2, 4 on the bottom, 201.
Great race again. Nice to have him 59. With that, we're going to be coming back for our feature race, the Red Shaw Memorial. No free presentation in memory of John Red Shaw.
And fans, we take your attention to this evening's 7th race. It's the Red Shaw Memorial Open. Purse of $5,000. Red was a local auctioneer who always had to tell a joke. He donated 50 years of auction service to the Knox County Fair, as well as few other fairs selling the livestock. He really enjoyed the young people in 4-H programs. Red loved racehorses beginning in the early 80s when he purchased his first horse, Pennant Hill. Red owned many horses over the years, including one of the very special to his heart, Victory is Coming, who set many track records as well as a world record of 151. Red was a very local to his community and will be missed for many. On behalf of the Reds family, they would like to thank you, each and every one, for all the love and support you give to Red over the years, as well as love and support the family continues to receive. And Red had some good ones, but Victory is Coming. She was the real deal. I loved her. She was trained and driven by Ammon Hirschberger.
A nice tribute to
Very
Mr.
nice.
Red Shaw. And with that, we'll come back to talk about all the participants in the Red Shaw Memorial, the 7th race, after a few words from our sponsors.
The Knox County Fairgrounds in Mount Vernon, Ohio has been a popular place since 1895. The grounds were originally home to an amusement resort known as Lake Hiawatha Park. Guests would arrive at the front gates on a state-of-the-art electric trolley. The lake retreat was complete with a billiard and dance hall, theaters, restaurants, and a zoo. By the mid-20th century, the park fell out of fashion. The land would become home to the Knox County Fair. The fair dates back further than its establishment at Lake Hiawatha Park. Local township farmer clubs held gatherings as early as the 1840s. Those clubs would soon form the Knox County Agricultural Society and host the first county-wide fair. For several years, the fair moved from location to location. Grains, fruit, and livestock were exhibited for a single day at the town courthouse, in churches, or even the jailhouse property. The fair would outgrow all of these spaces and demand a permanent place to call home. In 1894, the fair made its move to Lake Hiawatha Park. One of the biggest advantages of the park was its racetrack. Automobile and horse racing were popular during this time. The county fair took advantage, hosting pacers and trotters annually. For 2021, the Knox County Fair holds 2 days of live action racing as a member of the Home Talent Colt Stakes.
History, tradition. For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them.
The great piece on the Lake Hiawatha by Ashley Daly. That's Daly with the D. And she does great extensive research. Good graphics by Frank Frost. And
we had Ashley at Washington Courthouse. She was racing with the stars. The first time I've seen Racing with the Stars out this year. So it was nice to see Ashley.
It's and you know, the Racing with the Stars is a great concept because you get to meet the fans. You hand out information and get gregarious people that and you need to bring the youth into the business.
At Fayette County, they had their Chamber of Commerce night that night, so there was a lot of people in the grandstand who probably wouldn't see horse racing if it wasn't for the county fair. Yes. So Ashley does a great job of help promoting and educating at the fairs with Racing with the Stars.
Yes. This Red Shaw Memorial, Jay Wolf.
Big field of 8.
Yes, 2 trailers, 7 and 8. That makes a bit of a difference as you go down explaining the...
Number 1 is Triumphant Ship. Marion Chump will drive and train. This horse has been racing on the East Coast and looks like to be a recent purchase at the, may have been the Tattersall sale after the Meadowlands Pace, because there appears to be a training change and horses normally don't go from Pocono Downs to Knox County. There's not an insight there. You know, it's Number 2 is Foxy Force. Matthew Brown is listed as the driver. This horse was a 7th place finisher 2 starts back and a 5th place finisher in a qualifier on May 11th, so hasn't had a official race since January. Number 3 is Shaken Off Lindy. This is a 7-year-old horse that was the 2017 Old Oaken Bucket champion. So this horse set a lifetime mark of 154 at Delaware as a 3-year-old and was the Old Oaken Bucket champion. So this is the second richest horse in the field. Number 4 is Dance with Somebody with Eamon Hirschberger now. A $3,000 purchase. This horse has made $213,000 lifetime. Number 5 is Gale Force Hanover. Alex Hawk is the new driver. Winner last time out at Carrollton in their free-for-all. 37 career wins and $240,000 in career earnings, the richest in the field. Number 6 is the first of 2 for Melvin Miller in Miller's Deja Vu stables right here in Mount Vernon. Melvin is going to drive Justice Reigns. Been racing up at Northfield Park in the non-winners of 2750 last 4. 8th place finish and a 4th place finish. Starting in the second tier is Mickey Zetam for Joe Carter. If this horse stays flat, it obviously has a chance because the 2 lines that it shows with no breaks finished 2nd and 3rd, but beaten a half and by a neck in the 3rd place finish. And rounding out the field is Northern Ashley with Chris Presley. Made a costly break last start at the Warren County Fair and was a 4th place finisher, 26 lengths, is 0 for 14 the last 2 seasons and 1 for 38 lifetime.
Tonight's the night.
Tonight could be the night.
It could be the night. You never know. You look at the old class horses. I say old. They're not that old. The oldest one is Old Muscles Yankee Gale Force Hanover.
12-year-old.
12-year-old. He's got $240,000 on his card. 37 wins out of 154 starts. Congratulations, Dion. Did that go over the air? Yes, they should. Well, you wouldn't, for the winter that the people.
You should have asked his
All right,
caretaker.
you're all out.
Okay.
Let's get them together, line them up, right in order.
Yeah, but yeah, the winter
Here are
beat
the
that this
horses
was.
for the
Here they are
senior
for the
7th race.
Red Shaw Memorial.
Tonight's featured. This is the Red Shaw Memorial Open Trot, $5,000. Number 1 is Triumph's Chip. Brent Hirschberger, Sugar Creek, trained and trained by Marion Chump. 2, Foxy Force, Teresa Hartstein of Utica, Russ Britton, the trainer, Matt Brown. 3 is Shake It Off Lindy, owned, trained and trained by Vernon Beachy, Middlefield. 4, Dance with Somebody, Doug Rhine, Richard Rhine, Tom Rhine. Rhine trains, the driver, Ammon Hirschberger. Number 5 is Gale Force Hanover, Martin Yoder of Eaton High, Herman Hegerman, the trainer, the driver, Alex Hawk. Number 6 is Justice Reigns, Miller's Dave Bijou Table of Mount Vernon, trained and trained by mighty Mel Miller. Number 7 is Mickey Z. Tam, Craig Carter of Johnstown, Joe Carter, the trainer, Joe Carter will drive. And number 8 is Northern Ashley, Miller's Deja Vu Stable of Mount Vernon, Mel Miller, the trainer, Chris Presley in the sulky. Take 1 score and go to the gate. I'm going to go with the 5, Gale Force Hanover. Comes off the win at Carrollton in the free-for-all. Hunter Myers drove up there, gets Hawk tonight. Horse I really like, the 4, Dance with Somebody. 1 win this season. He's been tough at Northfield. His win in 55-1. And for 3rd, the 1, Triumph's Chip. 4:22, 55-1 earlier at Philly Park. I like him 5, 4, 1 in the Red Shaw. It'll be interesting.
5-4-1 for Chris Patterson here in the Red Shaw. The track record here is co-owned by Victory is Coming, who was owned by Red Shaw.
Grasshopper.
Yeah, Co-2. I believe it's 57-1. Let me go through my notes here. The track record is, I'm sorry, 57 flat for Pacers, but it's 159 set in 2015 by Eamon Hirschberger. Victory is Coming. 2 years ago, it was tied by Justice Reigns and Melvin Miller. Eamon Hirschberger has one in here, and so does Mr. Miller. So, and it's the Red Shaw Memorial.
So I'm going to go with, I like the old class horses, I do. How about 1, Triumphs? That's the new shipping. Might be able. Well, we'll
You're
go.
going for the Pocono Downs to Knox County angle here. I like it.
Class drop.
Here they come.
Here it is, the Red Shaw Memorial.
They're up and trotting. There goes Gale Force, Hanover, and Hawk charging to the front. Dance with Somebody, and Ammon Hirschberger up on the outside, and that hole opens up, and Ammon ducking as they race to the backside. On top, Gale Force, Hanover. Dance with Somebody up on the outside. Now Ammon grabs leather. Racing down along the rail, 3rd, Triumph's Chip. Trotting 4th, Shake It Off Lindy. Justice Reigns 5th. They're by the quarter and a good 30 seconds flat. Around the turn, Gale Force, Hanover, and Hawk leads the way. Ammon Hirschberger's got a ton of horse trotting 2nd with Dance with Somebody. They're off that turn and down the lane. They'll motor for the first time. Gale Force, Hanover there. Dance with Somebody. Up on the outside, coming on, Foxy Force. Inside, Triumph Chip. They're by the half in 1 minute. Outside, going up, is Mickey Z-Tam. Inside, Justice Reigns. Down the backside they go to the 3/4 mile mark. And Gale Force Hanover looks strong on top by 2. Dance with Somebody at chasing second. As they race over to the 3/4 mile mark. On the outside, Dance with Somebody roared up and took over. 3/4 and 129. Dance with Somebody there. Gale Force Hanover second. Triumph Chip third. Justice Reign fourth. Down the stretch they come in the Red Shaw Memorial. And it's Dance with Somebody. Doug Ryan, Hammond Hirschberger poured it on. Triumph Chip, Justin Reigns.
Unofficially, 4-1-6. Waiting for the time of the mile because we could have a new track mark here.
Yes, they come home in 30 seconds flat.
We could have a new track record.
Can you do a Roger?
4-1-6. 30. 1 minute. 129. 158.
Yeah!
Dance with Somebody.
158, a new track record.
Trains right here on his home court.
A new track record! 158.
Interestingly enough, Eamon Hirschberger had it with Victory is Coming. So he keeps his name on the line, but will change the name from... We'll change the horse's name to Dance with Somebody. Justice Reigns, who had the track record, co-track record holder, was third in the race. So not a very good day because you lose your track record and you finish third.
Yeah. Dance with Somebody. DeJambro.
Victory is Coming was the former co-track record holder who was owned by Red Shaw and driven by Eamon Hirschberger back in 15. So it is fitting that Eamon Hirschberger will win the Red Shaw Memorial in a new track record. Last half in 58 seconds.
Nice mile, good mile. And Dance with Somebody
Making his way back to the winner's circle. Winner the 7th. Red Shaw Memorial Open. $5,000 purse. Owned by Doug Ryan of Mount Vernon. Richard Ryan of Howard. Tom Ryan of Mount Vernon. Doug Ryan, the trainer. Hammond Hirschberger, the winning driver. Number 4, Dance with Somebody. He's a 6-year-old big gelding by DeJambro out of Dances on Air. His second win of the season. And ladies and gentlemen, let's get our hands together. A new track record on the trot. Dance with Somebody. Hammond Hirschberger, 158 in the Red Shawl.
Dance with Somebody was a Ohio Select yearling purchase for only $3,000. He's got
almost made that today.
Yeah, made $2,500 tonight. He's made $213,000. Now he's made $215,000, close to $216,000. Don't lose that dollar.
We
have a 2 golf cart limit too on the winner's circle.
Family.
3 golf carts. Everyone's coming.
They're coming from
Results
everywhere.
official. Triumph's Chip 2. Foxy 4-6. Shake It Off Lindy 4. Dance with Somebody the winner. Gale Force Hanover 4. Justice Reigns 3. Mickey Z-Tam 7. Northern Ashley was 8. 30. 1 minute. 129. A new track record at the Knox County Fair on the trot. 158. 265, 143, 7, 8 on the bottom, 158.
Appreciative crowd. You know a good mile when you see one.
Absolutely.
Bring your horses on the track for the 8th.
They're asking for the horses to come out on the track for
Number
the 8th,
one,
the
What a
second
Willie
division of
About
the 3-year-old filly Pace.
Wide Irvine.
And we'll take
Scratch
a
it
look
too.
at that field and all the drivers' changes
Watch.
after a word from our
Marriott.
sponsors.
Number 5, Kelly O'Kelly, John G. Wingard. 6, Filet Mignon, Hawk. 7, Forever Missy, Brady Clemens.
New track record holder here at Knox County Fair. Give him another round of applause. And no inquiry either.
And I think that's Eamon Hirschberger's first drive of the day. And
Yes.
he trains here at Mount Vernon.
Always nice to come home. We shall return.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm with 500 acres of pasture for breeding to boarding and on-site veterinarian care, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Visit us September 17th at the Pickaway County Fairgrounds and get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Pet Rock, and Long Tom. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
Doctor, give me the news. Is it bad credit?
It's bad credit, and you need a car.
Can I be cured?
Yes, but your case needs immediate attention. Visit lowcostcarsoh.com or lowcostcarsnorth.com today. Bad credit, no credit, don't worry. Start driving today.
I've been cured! I can get a car! Woo!
Even if you're sick with bad credit, get a great car today at either Low Cost Cars locations in Circleville and Columbus.
Welcome back to the opening night action here at the Knox County Fair in beautiful Mount Vernon, Ohio.
We got to get, let's look at marvelous Mount Vernon, Ohio.
Marvelous?
It is nice here.
The sun has tucked behind the clouds and the breeze has died down, but it is still a fabulous night. The crowd is staying with us for the opening night here at the Knox County Fair. There will be no racing tomorrow on Sunday, but we will be back here Monday high noon with Roger Houston and myself. I get second billing.
But you are...
At Washington Courthouse, I was trying to convince Roger we needed a Roger Houston fan club, and we would charge $20 a year for dues. We can elect officers. He didn't want anything to do with it, but while he went up to announce a few races, we were really promoting the Roger Houston fan club opportunity. So send your checks and money orders to the OHHA in care of the Roger Houston fan club, and we'll see how many they get. So,
well, that'd be interesting. I don't know if we get there. $20 a little steep.
Well, he's worth it.
Is it? Now here's the ninth race.
Eighth race.
I see I'm getting ahead of myself. I turn my page.
The eighth race is the second division of the 3-year-old filly pace, a field of 7. We do have a scratch and 5 driver changes, so we'll start at the top. What All You Do About Me is owned by Luke and Linda Ebersol and Cody Sipe. This horse will be driven by Wyatt Irvine. Luke Ebersol and Cody Sipe own a horse together called Cross Country, who is racing up at Northfield. He bounces back and forth with the Open, so good luck to them. Number 2, Estate of Wiggles, has been drawn, is scratched. Number 3 is Bald Diamond. Lonnie Graber is the trainer and driver. 6th place finish last time out from Scioto Downs in the Ohio Sire Stakes. So individually, while a 6th place finish may not seem impressive, was individually timed in 54 and 4, 9 of 27 lifetime, 88,000 in earnings. Charlie Myrick will now drive the 4, Block Watch. Broke its maiden last time out at Northfield Park in a condition claiming event. Timed 157 and 1. John G. Wingard, the trainer, will drive Kelly O'Kelly, number 5. This horse is winless in 9 starts.
Parade in order, you're all out.
And we'll come back and finish with 6 and 7 after the post parade. Or do you think we can get it in? Let's try to get it in. Number 6 is Filet Mignon, Alex Hawk. Herman Hagerman is the trainer. Charles Reeve of Broadview Heights. This horse went gate to wire at Carrollton last start on July 20th. has a lifetime mark of 55 flat at Northfield Park. Rounding
Here
out
the
the field
horses
in the
for
second
race 8,
tier.
second division for
I
3-year-old
wasn't fast
Philly
enough.
Pacers.
We'll
This
finish
race in
up
memory of Jim
after
Shipley,
his
5,632.
I can't talk faster than Chris Patterson. What am I going to do?
Number 1 is What About Time A? Luke and Linda Ebersold. Cody Sipe of Mount Gilead. Jeff Ebersold trains. The driver, Wyatt Irvine. 2 is out. 3 is Ball Diamond. Danny Hostetler, West Farmington, Ohio. Trained and trained by Lonnie Graber. 4 is Block Watch, Richard Stacy. New Springfield, Ohio, with trainer-driver Charlie Marrick. 5 is Kelly O'Kelly, Tandem Stable of Bristolville, Ohio. Trained and trained by John G. Wingard. Number 6 is Filet Mignon. Charlie Reeve, Broadville Heights, Ohio. Herman Hagerman, the trainer, with Alex Hawk. Number 7, Forever Missy. Corey Daorman of Dorset. William Hart of Carmel. Corey Daorman, the trainer. Brady Clemens in the sulky.
Okay.
We'll finish out the field. Number 7 is Forever Missy. Mr. Clemens will get the drive for Corey Daorman.
In the 8th race, I like
who is
the
also
6th,
the
Filet
co-owner
Mignon.
in William
This is a
Park.
nice filly. I like
Now
her
we'll go
last
back to
year.
the
She's
picks.
by Racing Hill. 5 of 12 last year, 201 and 4 at Canfield. She's got 3 wins this season, 55 at Northfield. Look for Hawk to fire with her off the gate.
Was that it?
For second, let's go with the 1.
I
What
was
you
waiting.
willing to do
I was
about
with
me?
anticipation.
For third, Forever Missy. 6, 1, 7.
All
My
right.
choices in the 8. And I
Number
like the
1 is his
6
second
real,
choice.
Real well.
Now, here's a little side story for you, Mr. Pye. Cody Sipe's grandfather was a gentleman by the name of Don Sipe. And he always said he wanted to have a horse good enough that John Campbell would drive. So John Campbell flew in from New Jersey. Mr. Sipe was suffering from cancer, I believe. And so John Campbell flew in unannounced. And so at the Morrow County Fair at Mount Gilead, there was a late driver's change announced that John Campbell was going to drive a horse for Mr. Sipe. So that tells you a little bit about Mr. Campbell, first of all. So
That's
a great story.
Great story.
So he didn't
Now-
win that night, but I'm sure Mr. Sipe didn't care.
Right, John Campbell. John did, he wrote, I believe, Percy Robillard wrote him a 3-page letter as he was getting up in age.
So.
And John Campbell, he's a gentleman. When he arrived at the Meadowlands, he won 4 races in one night. One of the drivers says he won 4 in one night. I'm happy to win 4 in a month. And he just dominates. He's a fantastic driver, fantastic person.
John grew up in Alasa Craig, Ontario, and raced a lot at Windsor
call.
Raceway.
Yes.
And Joe DeFrank, I think, was asked him to come and race at the Meadowlands, and the rest, as they say, is history. So a field of 7, which will be scratched down to 6. 3 from 6 will move in a spot. 7 will stay in the second tier.
Yes, and who do you like here, Mr. Wolf?
Oh, I'll have to go with the 1, just for the Cody Sipe
Move it
side
up.
of it.
That's
you know?
good. I
Move
like
it in.
Filet mignon
Race 8.
because I'm getting hungry.
This race in memory of Jim
If there was a
Shipley.
fried bologna, I'd be all over it.
Top of the stretch.
Them sandwiches, yeah. Is the 8th from Mount Vernon at the Knox County Fair in Ohio.
They're off and pacing off stride, Filet Mignon. The favorites off stride as they race into the turn. Ball Diamond, the leader. Up on the outside, Kelly O'Kelly is second. Up the inside from third. Watch yourself, you're in heavy traffic. Heavy traffic over there as they race down the backside. Racing second is Block Watch. Backing off third, Kelly O'Kelly. They're by the quarter in 32. What you doing about me up on the outside? From way back, Filet Mignon. Around the turn they come. Ball Diamond and Graber call the shots. Black Watch and Merrick is pocketed second. Up on the outside from third, Kelly O'Connell. As they race over the half, now goes Forever Missy up on the outside. They're by the half, 101 and 4. Filet trying to rally. Around the turn, Black Diamond the leader. Forever Missy up on the outside second. Black Watch is third. Filet Mignon and Hawk going to go 3 wide. Going 3 wide right now. Kelly O'Kelly fades back. Down the backside they go to the 3/4 mile mark. On top, it's Ball Diamond. 131. Forever Missy. Going a big one on the outside. Racing up the inside from third, Block Watch. They're at the top of the stretch, and it's Ball Diamond. Lonnie Graber bringing them into the stretch. Ball Diamond outside Block Watch. And Filet Mignon come to the wire. Ball Diamond. Filet Mignon. Forever Missy gets the showdown.
The close finish. Filet Mignon made the break and still with a
Filet Mignon had the most interesting trip. He broke going in the first turn. Had to make a decision going to backstretch. Do I go 3 wide around someone in the final turn?
6, 7.
3, 6,
32. 101 and 4. 131. 2 minutes 4 fifths.
Must have 59 flat.
Last
Score
time.
29 and 4.
So Alex Hawk had to make a decision. Do I tuck back in or do I have to go 3 wide? So he decided to tuck in the final turn and came up a couple lengths short. But probably would have been the same result because Ball Diamond and Lonnie Graber looked like they had everything they wanted. This horse last raced in the Sire Stakes its last time, and it was timed in 54 and 4. So obviously Mr. Graber knew he had plenty of horse.
There's $31,995 on his card this year alone in 13 starts. That puts him up. This race puts him up over 90,000 lifetime in 27 starts. Ball Diamond, we will see.
2 starts ago on July 10th.
Division gets the trophy. Fastest. 2 minutes 4 fifths.
The judges will look into an incident in the first turn. It looks like Charlie Myrick's horse didn't want to listen and decided to run over the horse in the lead at the time, which I think was Ball Diamond. So the judges will take a look at that.
This horse gets the trophy. Fastest.
This is the fastest of the 2 divisions, 2 minutes and 4 fifths.
Winner of the 8th, second division for 3-year-old Philly Pacers, the Jim Shipley Memorial, 5,632. Daniel Ray Hostetler, West Farmington, Ohio, and Lonnie Graber trains. Lonnie Graber, the winning driver, number 3, Ball Diamond. 3-year-old Bay Philly by We Will See You. Third win of the season, 2 minutes 4 fifths. The Jim Shipley Memorial. It's official.
The poor track photographer is trying to get the picture, and the harrow comes by and the big dust cloud. So he has to wait for the dust to clear.
That does not involve the top 3 off the board inquiry. So 3, 6, 7 is okay. Bring them on the track for the 9th.
My cursive pick.
In the 9th, Hawk on the 2.
She came back to finish second.
She did finish second.
For the cursive pick. Yes. Cursive pies
6 of you, let's go.
If I ever have a horse in a race in which you're doing this, I'm going to tell you the wrong name, so you cannot pick it. The Tom Pie curse lives again.
Curse pick.
So, as we mentioned, the judges are looking into a slight incident in the coming out of the first turn, going down the backstretch for the first time.
But it does not affect the
does not affect
three.
the top 3, but it really doesn't matter because there's no wagering. Obviously, it'll matter because of purse money, so the judges will take their time and make the right decision.
That was the 8th race last happened 59 flat. Last quarter 29-4, and they made a race out of it. That is coming up as a ninth for 2-year-old colts and geldings. This is the second division. It's identical purse of $5,582. Fantastic purses in Ohio. County fair. Again, they go great miles, but they're not that fast, as usual. But they're just a couple of seconds slower. But they
in this time of year, the purses at the fair are wonderful because there's so many fairs racing that the number of horses get spread out. So you'll see fewer divisions and fewer splits. So I think tomorrow at Marysville, I think they have a 2-horse race for $10,000. And I think Casey Burns is listed to drive both, and her dad trains both. So,
well, Roy Byrne will be picking up some nice money tomorrow.
I was glancing ahead, but
They gotta go.
Casey was listed to drive both. I know she's talented, but I think Dad will drive one of them.
We like old story. Harold's story was up in Green Mountain, and
New Hampshire,
Vermont.
Oh, Vermont.
Yeah, Vermont. And,
I don't know a
of course,
Vermont
Harold
accent.
raced New York, and he they named the horse Honest Story after him, who was here in. But him and Eddie Cobb were 1-2 at Yonkers. But anyway, Harold got on 2 jog carts, put one leg on each, and sat in the middle, and he trained 2 horses side by side on a mile track, and this is back in the early 70s, in 2:04. And never flinched, never like this. Hervé Filion they were watching, put the clock on him. Harold come back, he says, Harold, you are the best.
While we think about how this actually worked, and we decide whether you're lying to us.
That is a legend story.
I tell you what, we'll take a good 2-minute break
Yes.
while we get some sponsor breaks in here, and we'll come back and we'll vote. Tom Pie, full of it? Yes or no?
Is it live or is it Memorex?
We'll be back
Results
for the
official
ninth.
for the 8th.
We'll recap the 8th when we return, but we'll look at the 9th
Scratch
after a
the
few
2,
messages
Bull
from our
Diamond, the winner.
sponsors.
Block Watch 4, Kelly O'Kelly 6, Filet Mignon 2, Forever Missy 3, 32, 101 and 4, 131, 2 minutes 4 fifths. 5 scratch 1, 4 6, 2 3 on the bottom, 2 minutes 4 fifths. Let's have.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Bow River Jewelry has been the premier designers of sulky jewelry for more than 30 years. We incorporate today's fashion designs to create a unique piece of jewelry only found at Bow River. Visit bowriverjewelry.com today.
To the Knox County Fair. Mount Vernon, Ohio. Marvelous Mount Vernon, Ohio.
Marvelous
How's
Mount
that?
Vernon. Oh,
Marvelous Mount Vernon, Ohio. Horses are getting onto the coming onto the track for the 9th race, which is the second division of the 2-year-old colt pace. I'm going to go out on a limb. Somebody will break their maiden in this race.
Absolutely.
And interestingly, too, we have 6 different sires representative with the 6 colts going postward. We do have 2 changes. Let's Get a Pet Rock. I'm going to go and say that's by Pet Rock. Alex Hawk will be driving. And Trey on the Beach, which is by Beech Tree, will have Wyatt Irvine.
Now, the
Maybe we'll get a double here tonight. We have had 8 races, and we've had 8 different drivers win.
I know.
So
somebody has
the
to
money's
double up.
being spread around.
The Brady Clemens is aboard the Zip It Ronnie. And he was a $5,000 Buckeye Classic purchase. The other money on him was the
Trade in
Xenia.
order when you get them together.
Xenia brought in $11,000 at the Mr. Wolf.
Standard bred harness, or is that the Black Book sale at Harrisburg?
Racing Hill, I don't know. That
Standard bred horse sale, I would say.
Oh yeah,
is
because it's
correct.
Steve Stewart, Kentucky breeder, and there we go.
But I don't know what HBGM is.
Harrisburg, they
Mix sale?
No, GM.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't
That's
be a
a good
mix.
one.
But
Here are the horses.
They're the
figure it
horses
out.
anyway. They
We
are-
know where Xenia is. We just don't know where Xenia was purchased.
Pacers.
Here's Chris Patterson with our post parade for the ninth.
$5,582. One is Zip It Ronnie. Susan Offenbarger of Beverly. Eric Nessro did trainer with Brady Clemens. 2, Let's Get a Pet Rock. Owned and trained by Herman Hagerman of Millersburg. Alex Hawk up. 3 is Trey on the Beach. Cheryl Button of Ashley. Eversold the trainer with William Irvine. Make it Wyatt Irvine. Number 4 is Gator at the Well. George Burkhold of Sarasota, Florida. Darren Harvey trains and reigns. 5, Xenia. First up racing stable, Beach City. Vernon Beachy trains and drives. Number 6, Meadowland Terra. Tammy Hoovler. Hutchison. They're all the Buckeye State Meadors trains. Chris Presley in the bike.
Chris, your picks for the race.
With anticipation.
Yes. Pretty good handicapper.
I haven't paid attention. How has he done today?
I don't know, but he's been close. He's been better than I. Better than I.
I bet you he's 0 for 0
Yes.
officially. Xenia is located in Greene County. We do know that, but we don't
Yes.
know where Xenia was purchased.
Harrisburg GM. They had it in Delaware this year.
Yep.
So what was GM? I don't know. But I think Xenia's the best in here. One that can give you a little run for the money is Zip It Ronnie. Good mile at Carrollton last week. And that qualifier at Scioto, 59 of the last quarter, 27-3.
You were talking about the purses in Ohio. Look at number 1, Zip It Ronnie, and Let's Get a Pet Rock, number 2. Both of them were at Carrollton last start for a purse of $11,000. So a field of 7 went for $11,000 last start. Shows you how good the money is here in the state of Ohio.
It is extremely good. And
We have
quality racing, fast and good racing. I mean, and the crowd, they appreciate it. Knowledgeable horse crowd, too.
Half the field, 3 of them, were entered in Buckeye Stallion Series events. Now, unfortunately, Xenia was scratch sick, did not participate, but Trey on the Beach was a 9th place finish, timed in 59 flat, and Meadowland Terror was a 6th place finisher, timed in 56-3. 3-year-old Colt Pacer pacing a half-mile track in 56-3 and doesn't get a check. Oh, the times they are a-changing.
Yeah. But that Hilliard finished second to Pit Panda. And the 2 owners was kind of just
take your time.
kidding with you. I'm just I'm thinking. I see people climbing up here. I don't know what's going on. But they
Squirrel.
were just, squirrel. An old squirrel with a beard. Though. But they were just kidding each other. And I know Skip finished second, but he raced really, really good. Meadowland Terror won a good mile. Comes last quarter, 29.
Gates rolling. Race 9.
I'm going to pick 6.
Sounds
Meadowland
good.
Terror.
I pick that the winner will break their maiden.
You are Correct, sir. I won't mention middle end there.
They're at the top of the
Don't mention
stretch.
any horses' names.
Here they come. They're off and pacing. Xenia firing for the lead. Meadowland Terror up on the outside. Zip It Ronnie got away off the rail third. Racing fourth. Trey on the beach. Gator at the well. And let's get it, Pet Rock. Down the back, Laning Motor. Xenia and Vici show the way. Now out of the pocket. Here comes Presley and Meadowland Terra firing up on the outside, and they're playing hardball as they go over the opening quarter, 31-2. Meadowland Terra has cleared to the front. Xenia is racing second. Zip It Ronnie third. Trey on the beach fourth. Gator at the well. And Zip It and the trailer is Let's Get a Rock. Down the lane first time. Meadowland Terra the leader. Up on the outside is Zip It Ronnie. Inside third. Meadowland Terra. They're by the half, 102-2. Into the clubhouse turn they motor. It's Meadowland Terra by half. Up on the outside, Zip It Ronnie is second. Pinned in third. As they race down the backside is Zip It Ronnie on the outside. Inside third, Xenia. They fire to the 3/4 mile mark. They're in a blanket. 134. Meadowland Terra by head. Zip It Ronnie is large on the outside second. Racing third, Xenia. They swing and ding for lane. On top, Meadowland Terra. Outside, Zip It Ronnie. Come to the wire, Presley and Meadowland Terra. Photo for place.
Unofficially, 6-1-5.
There was a classic example of half-mile track driving. As he controlled every fraction, he took the lead, wanted the lead, cut the mile, and he kept everybody pinned in.
Judges will ask for the picture for place.
Oh,
The winner
inquiry,
number
I thought
6,
it was
Meadowland Terra.
Don't say inquiry.
31-2, 102-1, 134, 202, 1/5.
I scored 28-1.
It's tough to close on.
Blanket will go to first race winner, the Mountain.
It's tough to close on the
Blooded
leader
Wholesale
when you're
blanket
pacing the
goes
last
to
quarter in 28-1 on a
winner
half-mile
of
track.
race one,
Absolutely.
the Mountain.
So he stacked them up really, and kept them in, and kept Zip It Ronnie was hung on the outside, and Xenia.
We might have to call the medics if Roger Houston is listening today, because Chris Patterson kept calling it Xenia. Roger is probably grabbing his heart right now, yelling at
worse than mine. For some reason, I called it Xenia. I don't know how many, but Zanesville is with the Z. Xenia is with the X.
Yes.
In the
Xenia.
winner's circle.
But it is
Winner of
Xenia,
the
and it's
ninth.
Roger if he's...
Second division for 2-year-old Colt Pacers, trophy by the Blooded Horse Sales, Wilmore, Kentucky, $5,582. Tammy Hoover, Pataska, R.V. Hutchison of North Ridgeville, Dr. R. Hutchison of Avon Lake, Metters Trains, Chris Presley, the winning driver, number 6, Meadowland Terra, 2-year-old Bay Colt by Western Terra out of Meadowland, Lindy Lou, 202, 1/5. That's 2 wins on tonight's card for trainer Mike Metters, and a driving double on tonight's card for driver Chris Presley.
He doubled up.
Yes. The Michigan native, Chris Presley.
Results official. Zip It Ronnie 2. Let's Get a Pet Rock 6. Trey on the Beach 5. Gator at the Well 4. Xenia 3. Meadowland Terra the winner. 31-2. 102-1. 134. 202 1/5. Back half in a minute. 2, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, 202 and 1. Bring them on the track for race 10, the final. Chris Presley, 3.
Skip Hoovler in the winner's circle.
Robert Nappy,
Right.
5.
Gives a pat. Well done.
This is the owner I was talking with. Skip said, he said, well, that's racing. It was a good race, but he good mile out there. And Skip, I interviewed Skip with the Cracklin' Rosie Wi-Fi, and none of the interview came out. It was a good interview too. But
so we can't see Mr. Hoovler, but I'm sure he's smiling.
Oh yes, he's been in the business since 1968.
It's been very faithful to Mr. Metters, the trainer.
Yes.
I can't think of Mike Metters without thinking of Skip Hoovler.
He's a director of the USTA, director of the OHA, Ohio Harness Horseman.
First race gets it.
As when somebody says, I'm all in, he's all in.
Mike Metters was trying to get the blanket.
Can't get back there.
He was convinced he was the fastest, but
he get back there. That's why I like it. All right, well,
foiled again.
Foiled again. Did he make $7 million?
Something to that effect.
All right, with that, we're going to be back with the 10th and final race here at Knox County Fair. And marvelous Mount Vernon have these few words. This is the home talent stakes for colt stakes for 2-year-old fillies, the third and final division, and the final race of the night. We shall return.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding facility that specializes in stallion management. Cool Winds Farm stands the popular Dancing Yankee, whose first crop hit the ground this year and are great-looking individuals. Cool Winds is also standing Rockin' Amadeus, sire of world champion Ocean Rock. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on September 17th.
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Selling your horse? Sell for free. No fees, no commissions. The only free auction site in the industry. There's no problem selling your horse at harnesshorseauction.com.
We're back for the 10th, the final of the first day here at the Knox County Fair on the beautiful banks of Lake Hiawatha. We have the third and final division of the 3-year-old filly pace. A field of 5 will be going postward. If there was pari-mutuel wagering, I'm sure number 1 would be the even money favorite.
Sweet Fearless Sheila. No, it's just Fearless Sheila.
Undefeated in 2 starts.
Last week at Carrollton, it's Carrollton and
Carroll County.
So just good mile, 2.5 and a piece. The last she went for fun.
Number 2 is McEvil. My program shows that this is its first career start. However, we have a line to be announced from the 22nd of July. And since we're not wagering here, they've been a little lax on making those announcements. So,
need one more.
It was Bucyrus, finished in 6th at 2:05. My last quarter 30 and 3. The mile went in 2:02 and 1. The last quarter in 28 and 4. That was won by Maxine. Yeah. So that was a good mile. This is the second start for the daughter of McCardle.
Number 3 is Western Motion. Chris Presley will be looking for a triple on tonight's card. This horse was a $5,000 purchase from the Blooded Horse sale, making its second start. First start was a 4th place finish at Carrollton.
And Payson 2-1 and 2 at Northfield. That's a good mile up there in a qualifier. Come the last half in 59 and 1. Last quarter 30 seconds in there. So
Number 4 is Big Money Miss, Mickey Holiday for Ron Steck. Frederick Reed IV has an auto dealership in Delaware, Ohio, right on US 23, just north of the fairgrounds.
I might need to visit.
You might.
Frederick Reed, yes, because old
Freddie's Auto something or other.
Okay.
So, 3 starts, hasn't been on first, second, or third. Has made $659. Best finish was a 4th place finish at Ottawa at the Putnam County Fair. Number 5 is American Hit Girl. Robert Nappy will be driving now, in training, and Patricia Nappy will be the owner. This horse his first start out, making its first start, led at the quarter, was second by a nose at the half, was leading by a head at the top of the stretch, faded slightly in the lane to be third, beaten just a half a length.
Parade in order.
Come as last
Presley
half
3.
in 3.
Nappy 5.
Last quarter in 30 seconds flat, mile of 2.8. That was a great first start.
I'm thinking we're going to be grateful there wasn't an 11th race. It's getting a little dark here all of a sudden.
It is. So people around the fence, they
Here are
still...
the horses for this evening's 10th. Third division for 2-year-old filly Pacers. Park National Bank, the trophy donor, $3,777. One is Fearless Sheila, Eric Nesselrode, Tom Bush, McConnellsville, Eric Nesselrode, the trainer, with Brady Clemens. 2 is McEvil, Richard Stacy, New Springfield, Ohio, trained and trained by Charlie Myrick. 3 is Western Motion, Shrake of Navarre, Sherry Cox of Navarre, Isaiah Shrake, the trainer, the driver, Chris Presley. 4 is Big Money Miss, Frederick Reed, the 4th of Delaware. Steck trains with Mickey Holiday. And number 5, American Hit Girl, Pat Nappy of Dorset, Ohio. Nappy trains. Bob Nappy is in the bike.
So that's the 10th and final race of today's program here from Mount Vernon, Ohio, the Knox County Fair. The Home Talent Colt Stakes, 2-year-old pacing fillies, 3rd division, $3,777. Now, some of them looks good. These 2-year-olds looking that good, fillies looking that good this early in the year. Still early, August and September coming. That's when they will usually peak. But I've got to go with Fearless Sheila, undefeated, for a surprise exacta. I'd go with a 1-3. No windows.
You can't win them all unless you win the third one.
That's right. And again, we'll be tomorrow is a...
We're dark here.
Yes. We're...
But they will be racing from Union County Fair in Marysville, Ohio.
Am I going there?
I don't know where you're...
Where am I heading? I'd be there Monday.
If you're looking for a part-time job, Tom Pye can use somebody to let him know where you should
just give me a call. Between these fairs and I got horses and all this, I'll find some time.
So, a small field of 5 going postward here in the nightcap.
Moving up, moving in. Monday, Post time, 12 noon. I like the one, Fearless Sheila. Good reports on her. She's 2 for 2. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Fearless Sheila going for the lead. Up on the outside, Big Money Miss is second. Up the inside, third, McEvil. Off stride went Western Motion and ducking and tucking American Girl. Down the back lane they go. And Brady Clemens has the favorite, Fearless Sheila. She's by Fear the Dragon, showing the way. McEvil and Charlie Merrick is racing second. Racing third, Big Money Miss. They're by the quarter, a soft 33. Trailing the field is American Hit Girl and Western Motion. Around the turn, Fearless Sheila on top of the field by 2. McEvil and Charlie Merrick stalking all the way second. They pass by the stands for the first time. Holiday third with Big Money Miss. Pacing fourth, American Hit Girl, and the trailer is Western Motion. Oh my, the half, 107. They'll sprint on home from here. Fearless Sheila showing the way. McEvil right on her bumper second. Big Money Miss and Holiday is third. Here comes American Hit Girl and Nappy. Fourth on the outside, now third, now second with a burst. But Fearless Sheila responds nicely. McEvil second, American Hit Girl third. 141 at the 3/4. Fearless Sheila still there. McEvil down along the cones. American Hit Girl outside. Big Money missing at the cones. Top of the stretch. Fearless Sheila. She's going to pace on home. A big winner. Fearless Sheila. Brady Clemens. McEvil second. American Hit Girl was third.
In Ohio.
That 3/4 time of 1:41 is not a 2-year-old colt trotter. Or a 3-year-old filly trotter, for that matter.
1, 2, 5, 33, 107, 141, 209, and 3.
28-2.
28 and 3 last
Race
quarter.
Who's going to get the blanket? It's the Park National Bank. They'll get the blanket. Party Cruiser.
It was interesting to
Ernie
watch number
G.
5, American Hit Girl. Robert Nappy must do a lot of gate training because when the gate swings folded, the horse followed the starting gate into the first turn. He was 6 or 7 wide in the first turn. He was following the gate until he realized it's just slowing down, so he better move out of the way. So definitely liked being behind the gate.
Well, there are guys that jog behind the gate all the time.
So 3 straight in the Buckeye State.
Yes.
For Fearless Sheila.
Results official. Fearless Sheila, the winner. McEvil 2. Western Motion 4. Big Money Miss 5. American Hit Girl 3. 33, 107, 141, 209, and 3. 1, 2, 4, 5, 3 on the bottom. 209 and 3.
The fastest rundown of the night.
Your winner. Number
The
1,
quickest.
Fearless
He's
Sheila.
moving. He's ready to roll.
He's ready to go.
Nestle Road of Stockport. Tom Bush of McConnellsville, Crooksville.
It's going to be a few
Eric
minutes
Nestle Road,
because
Trington.
the winner
Brady
is still on the
Clemens, the
backstretch.
winning driver. Number 3, Fearless Sheila. 209 and 3. She's on a roll. Wellston, Carrollton here tonight. 3 in a row in Ohio. Next stop for her, the Pike County Fair this week. Fans, that's going to wrap it up this evening. Thanks for your attendance. We'll be off tomorrow. Post time Monday, 12 noon. Stay safe. Thank you and good night.
Yes, and
Wow. Chris is ready to roll. The
He's
winner is
got-
not even back to the winner's circle, and Chris Patterson's bidding everyone a fair good evening.
We'll give the folks their
Give them their due. They're 3 in a row.
yes.
In case you didn't hear them, Fearless Sheila is the 2-year-old Bay filly by Fear the Dragon out of On the Attack mare Shall I Attack. Eric Nesselrode is the co-owner and trainer. He co-owns with Tom Bush from Crooksville, Ohio, home of the Ceramics.
Ah,
Their local sports team is the Ceramics.
okay.
Have you ever been afraid of a pot?
The
A broken pot, maybe.
broken
okay.
pot, yeah. Crack
So,
pot.
3 wins for this filly.
The nice little filly she is. Now
I'm
that,
hoping that's a truck backfiring.
I know. Odd noises at the county fairs. I'll let you just look around and see what that. But that's the filly. That anyway. This is going to wrap it up for us too, as we watch the filly, undefeated filly. Sweet, feisty Sheila. What's right, feisty Sheila. Anyway, I'm Tom Pike. Jay Wolf, it was great working with you.
It was a pleasure.
Yes, it was. It was. Thank you. You
It
were
was
very
fun.
informative. I love hearing about Lake Hiawatha. Of course, Ashley Daly. She
stole my Lake Hiawatha thunder, but that's all right.
He told us about Lake Hiawatha before we got.
We went on the air, but
went on
that's
the air.
okay.
But that's good. We will be back here on Monday.
Monday at noon
with Roger and Jay again. I will be at Marysville. I'm flying solo there tomorrow.
Both days?
No,
Both
just,
days?
On Monday.
Okay.
So tomorrow is. I got to get myself. We're doing Marysville again tomorrow too.
Yes.
So there's only 7 races there, but great night here.
I think we owe Chris from Trot and Pace Marketing a big round of applause
Yes.
for putting up with us and the 700 inquiries.
Yeah, and he had the replays he had to do. Chris from Trot and Pace Marketing, Jay Wolf, I'm Tom Pike. Chris Patterson, great call of race. Good to hear the old voice again. He's already gone, but we shall see you folks later. Good night from Mount Vernon, Knox County Fair in Ohio.
Good night, everyone.
This has been Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing is brought to you by thestable.ca, the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center, Midland Acres, Cool Winds Farm, and Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Ohio County Fair Racing is a presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.